and I'm not good enough. It's as simple as that.
Stay humble, stay
humble. Ladies and gents, welcome to Casually FC and welcome to your match reaction for Ipswich 2, Chelsea 0. Chelsea winless now in 3, 2 losses and a draw to Everton. Yeah, welcome to December for the Blues. It repeats itself. History repeats.
That's not, after all, you know the content of that one. That's when we were actually shit. December was occurring. Let's be real. Please, not use that context, please. Please, that actually rubs me the wrong way on a personal level because this has occurred in the last 3 games of December. So please, we can't use this one.
That's still what, 3 out of how many games?
6 or 7 games you played in December.
That's not that good.
Marshall, I refuse to use those ones. I refuse to use that.
Well, let's see. Well, let's see, because maybe down the line, we how do I say this? We look at this differently.
We'll assess it later on.
If this continues, uncomfortable conversations we're gonna have. But ladies and gents, you already know. Smash up the like button for my sanity. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Check out the memberships if you are already a subscriber. Big up to the panel. We got the Bridge Nation. We got Real Chris, Oliver, and myself, Marshall DBDX. And yeah, ladies and gents, I'm not very happy with the result. I'm not very happy with what happened on the pitch today. And yeah, it seems like there's now a formula to how to beat Chelsea, and teams are kind of starting to catch on, and Maresca needs to figure something out, but we'll discuss more of that in the show. But as we always do, we're going to start off with the summary of the match. And ladies and gentlemen, a pretty interesting and rotated side. Obviously, my opinion of the lineup has now changed drastically versus what it was in the beginning. I was excited for Nkunku to start, and I was I'll just let Erling Haaland explain. Yeah, so I'm humbled now. Nkunku, I think you're not the guy now.
You're welcome.
We had Felix and Madueke also come into the side. Actually, Lasasi was brought in to play as a right back today, and Jorgensen was rotated in as well. So a pretty rotated side. I would say that's what, 5 changes, 6 changes. So it makes sense considering we played a game 3 days ago. Most of those players played a full 90 minus Nicholas Jackson. So it did make sense for the heavy rotation. However, was it going to lead to the result that we needed today? And some of us thought it's Ipswich. It should, right? On paper, we should, but that's just not how things went. So quick summary of the match. It took 12 minutes into the match for Ipswich to get involved, and unfortunately for Chelsea, the refereeing was horrendous, and yeah, we get a penalty that's not a penalty called against us. If you look closely, and I'll try to find the video, obviously, but if you look closely at the multiple angles, you can tell it looks deceiving. It looks like Jorgensen makes contact, but he doesn't. Liam Delap, big up to him. He had a fantastic game today. I think he was an absolute menace against us today, as well as Omari Hutchinson. Yeah, Liam Delap does a good Oscar award performance to get his team the penalty. And listen, this is the game. You got to play the dark arts. It's part of it. And yeah, so this is as the result that happens. And Riyadh, if you were here earlier in the season, I could have told you this. We never were in one, but we move. Yeah, he puts it away, and then we create chances. There's multiple chances throughout the game to score in the game, and unfortunately we just didn't capitalize. And their keeper, to be fair, had a few good saves as well. So, you know, good game from Walton. we go into the second half hoping that there might be some changes and some pickup of the pace, and yeah, we still create some chances and dominate most of the game. Possession stats, we dominate all that and willy-nilly. And the Disasi curse hits just different, you know? So Disasi, who was having a decent game up until he made the mistake, makes the mistake. And yeah, no, I said that. Disasi was having a decent game up until he makes the mistake. And yeah, the second goal, 53 minutes into the second half, Disasi passes it, gets intercepted by, I think it was Liam. Liam runs it up, takes away defenders from their markers, finds Amari in space, and Amari does the simple finish to put the game to bed, pretty much. And you know, maybe Jorgensen can maybe Sanchez saves it. Maybe Jorgensen should have done better. I don't know. Like, there's going to be a bunch of narratives out there, and we're here to discuss it and debunk it and discuss it and fight it and argue, debate it. I don't know, man. This is a rough one. And yeah, Chelsea go out with a whimper. I think towards the end we barely made any more chances. A lot of losing the ball. It was rough. Jackson came on, had a shot that went wide that was offside, another shot that went over the bar.
Missed the 1v1 offside. Offside
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one that went wide. Yeah.
That was like his only chance he got as well.
There was two, but the second one, the one that went over the bar, but it wasn't really like a clear chance. He just, I don't know, he just tried to shoot it.
I don't remember that chance. I can't lie to you.
I think after a while we checked out.
Yeah. He did a good touch, but then he hoofed over the line.
Can I just go back to something you said? Marshall, you said Disasi was having a decent game until the second goal.
Well, I didn't hear that. I can't believe you said
I
that.
actually somewhat agree because like he was looking.
You know, it was at fault for both goals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, how is he at fault for the first one?
He lets the pass go.
Yeah, but hold on. That's the referee. That shouldn't have been a penalty. You guys know that. That shouldn't have been a penalty. No, it wasn't. He doesn't touch him.
Yeah, it was. Yes, he
does. I actually agree, Scott. I think it was.
Okay.
Alright, I gotta find it.
Wait. While you're finding this, Delap, forget all of this. Forget whether it was a penalty or not. Delap runs into the space that Disasi vacates by stepping out.
Yes. That's the problem. But alas,
shit. He was awful today.
Listen, guys, you know, I just want to give my thoughts on the game. I've got a lot of time today. Don't worry, man. Today, I have
3 hours.
Today, I have the time, but you know, I want to.
we all have the time
even
today.
get to this game and what's up. I want you guys to remember. Do you guys remember?
We'll talk on the goals in a bit.
Do you guys remember what I said to you guys when Chelsea faced Nottingham Forest at home? Do you guys remember that game? I'm sure we all
where we drew 1-1.
Yeah. Do you remember what I said to you guys? Yeah, that I am worried the moment we face these mid-block / quasi mid-block, low-block teams. Yeah, the way we play does not work because we don't have the right archetypes right in the final fight to finish the job after. I want you guys to remember. Marshall remembers that I've said this. I want us to come back to that game context-wise. Yeah, today. When I saw the team today, I thought Jorgensen, okay, that's fair enough. We can try him on. But, you know, you guys know my thoughts about Jorgensen, Tweedledee, Tweedledum with him and Sanchez. And maybe I was proven right today. But, you know, we'll move on that one still. Disasi, the issue of Disasi starting today, I was confused.com because I was like, Maresca, you said you wanted Champong to sign a contract. You said you wanted this player. I wish I could start him more, but there's no contract for him. And you're not starting him. Then there's still Gusto on the bench. If you're not inviting him, just tell him to play as the RCB in the team. I'm like, okay, let's still do that. Why do we need to do that? Thurston and Cole will start for themselves. Enzo Caicedo start for themselves. Felix starting, I thought was all right. We wanted to see him play today and everything like that. And Nkunku in the 9 confused me once again because he knows, I know, the world knows, that the cows and the chickens know Nkunku cannot play numero 9 in the fucking Premier League, bro. He just cannot play there, bro. You know what I mean? And Madueke, well, he just starts himself because obviously of what happened with the technical decision. Alas, today he was so absolutely, bro, respectfully, there's no other way to play it. He was shit.
Yeah, he was.
Bro, this is including him. Yeah, I'm including him in this comment. The first touch today the first touches I was seeing being played today were crimes against humanity, bro. Like, he could not control the fucking ball, bro. Oh, bro, first touches his first touches were going out of the pitch, but there were other people on the team.
Cucurella, Caicedo, everyone
bouncing. But bro, I'm not playing fucking hopscotch, bro. Can you chill out, please? But in general, like the way, bro, Delap today, did a clinic, on our centre backs, bro.
Yeah, he auditioned for Chelsea, bro. That's what he did today.
He dominated us.
He did a disgusting clinic on those three guys, bro. Those three guys, got torn to shreds today. We don't even need to speak about the centre backs because they were all basically different types of shit. We can argue who's been shit up, but at the end of the day, they were all shit, bro. Yeah, but then like in the first half when we were trying to build up play, we would go to our feet, our centre backs would pass it around, they would then give it to Caicedo, but then it's like, where's Felix? Where's Palmer? You know what I mean? What's going on? Why is there no one coming in to give Caicedo the options he needs to move the ball forward? And none of that was happening, bro. And then the thing for me was, whenever we'd get the ball, Felix would get the ball. He had one or two good moments, but other than that, losing the ball consistently. Palmer mispassing the ball. Felix mispassing the ball. Nkunku, I don't know what Nkunku was doing in that pitch, bro. I don't know what Nkunku was doing in that pitch, bro. And I don't understand what he was there on the pitch for. He did nothing. He added nothing to the game. He provided nothing to the game. Our build-up play today, was just like it was under Tuchel. Slow and lethargic, bro. No speed, no movement, nothing, nada. And that's been the same shit, that's been happening in the last 3 games, bro. It's been happening in Everton. It happened in the previous game, and it's happening in this game. We cannot do this shit, We cannot pass the ball out, with pace. I don't know what's happened, but the last 3 games in particular just been barbecue chicken on that aspect at all. And then we keep on hitting these over the top crosses, barring the one in transition, the one when we're not in transition. We do not have a number 9 that's 6 foot above to head the ball. Who are we heading to? Who are we heading to?
To be fair though,
Marshall, who are we heading to, Marshall?
Wait, but to be fair though, one thing I will say, if the strategy going forward, and you guys are gonna not agree with me, I already know. If the strategy going forward is to try to cross the ball into the box, which you've been doing for the last 3 games now, 4 games, it's been multiple games now. The only player in our roster that I've seen that has attacking prowess and that can actually head those balls. No, Zhao today missed so many opportunities through headers. He had multiple headers today. He missed. He literally had one of his headers cleared by a defender on the line,
bro,
or blocked by a defender on the line.
I know why Marshall's saying. I know why Marshall's saying.
I get what Marshall's saying.
But that, you know what I'm saying? He has the ability to head it.
I get what you're saying.
I get what you're saying, Marshall. But
I'm not saying the performance is good as a result. I'm just saying
I know
he can do it.
You took about the ability. I get what you mean.
It's better than what we have, Scott.
But the problem is, we also have Gui who can technically do that too. But the problem is, Marshall, we're playing no one there that can do that job though. That's the fucking point. You've got fucking Nkunku there, Marshall. He's the same height as me.
I think today. I think today.
You know who Marshall gets Greaves? Was 6 foot fucking 5.
Yeah. I listen. You guys probably know this. I've said this multiple times.
It's like, I don't know what to say.
Bro, are you good, bro?
Yes, true.
I'm not good, Marshall. I'm not good, Marshall.
He's so angry.
I mean, he's not only angry. A lot of Chelsea fans are angry right now.
The other problem for me is, listen, Cucurella had a shit game today. But you know,
he
did something that I really liked, was that the only time he crossed the ball, I don't know why he was not crossing the ball more often or towing down the line for some reason more often. When he crossed the ball, you know what he did? Low driven cross. What happened to doing low driven crosses, guys?
Yeah, on the feet.
Why are we not doing that, bro?
I don't know, man.
Why? That's my problem, Marshall. No one is hitting the ball. No one is doing this. We keep on doing boom. We don't have Peter Crouch there. We don't have Drogba there. Are we passing to the shadow of Drogba, Marshall?
No.
They're going to Drogba there. So like, I just don't understand. Like for me, it don't make sense. Like it just don't. Like my issue also is and someone said it. Maybe it's time to play Palmer on the right wing. Maybe it might be time. Stop this.
Where's Prime?
It's not.
No,
It's not.
No, listen. I'm just giving an option. No, listen, Scott. I'm giving an option. Tranquilo, I'm not finished. Okay.
I'll tell you why it's not.
Yeah, you know what? Let's leave that.
Let's cut
You know what?
after.
Let's
I'm a little bit curious.
like at the end of the day, Delap got his goal. The second goal, like that's the second goal, in my personal opinion. I don't even know what to say to the second goal because, like, you know, that's decisive for you in a nutshell at Chelsea.
Yep.
He did that last season against Leicester, by the way, funny enough. You remember that against Leicester, where he decided to pass the ball back.
It was worse. It was worse against Leicester, but yeah.
You remember, like he's done. There's history there already that he does this before. No spatial awareness, no looking to see what's going on. Yeah, as well. And like for me,
I think that's why I chose centre back, Ahmed.
And for me, you know, what I will say is that we just cannot break down these teams, bro. No breaking down. Nothing can happen. All of our players today, respectfully, were all dead. Shit. I don't care. We're not keeping any prisoners here today. They were all shit today. And for me, this is a problem that has been coming for a while. We've known for a while when we face these mid to low block teams, what happens? You know what I mean? And this has been a consistent thing that's happened. And for me, if this is the way you want to play Enzo Maresca, then you know what you need to get done in January. Then you know what you need to get done in January, respectfully, because otherwise, change the way you play in order to help yourself out. That's what it just comes down to for me, simply. Maybe you guys agree or disagree with that, but for me, fundamentally, you either got to change the way you play or stop bringing in the guy that needs to finish the job for you in the way you play right now. It's really as simple as that. And, you know, this worries me because, guys, it's been a few games now. Forest was a long while ago, but obviously it's been the previous game. It's been this game.
Can I just dispel something? We broke them down in the first half several times. So there's mid-block, low-block things. This mid-block, low-block thing. This game wasn't about mid-block or low-block. It was about no urgency, slow pace, and giving away the ball with terrible passing and terrible crossing. The mid-block, low-block is not the reason we did not win today or draw, because we've broken down several times in the first half. So the mid-block, low-block thing is not an excuse. It was not an issue today.
Jao was offside too. I remember that.
Yeah,
we
wasn't an excuse whatsoever. We got in the box several times. It was a choice of trying to shoot. Everyone was trying to pass the ball in instead of just whacking the ball or something like that. It was a choice like that. So the mid-block, low-block thing is a non-issue for this game whatsoever. Not an excuse of why we didn't play well.
Going back to what you said about the number 10 thing, the reason why I won't put Palmer out wide after this game is because we had two other guys play the 10 this game and they were shit. Like, Nkunku, I'm done with. Get him out. Get him gone. He's finished.
Yeah, I'm done with
There's no point in playing.
Get rid of him. He sucks. This ain't for him. This league ain't for him. He's not it. He's not it at all. Man. 9, 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's done. He finished. Finito. He's gone. He's done. Get a proper number 9 and get rid of him. Felix as well, by the way.
That's the problem. It goes back to the manager again. Two things. You're trying to control the game while you're playing Disassi at right back. Doesn't offer anything going forward. Okay? And you've told us Nkunku's not a 9, and that for the last 3 games you played him as a 9. So what is the point?
The thing is, Andrew, like I agree. He went 10, was shit there as well. Played 10
listen, I know this is coming from me again. I would have taken Nkunku off way before João Felix.
Half time. You should have.
I agree, but even Felix again today, like it's just nothing. Like the head-in thing in the first half has an open header, misses it completely, scores and is offside. In the first 20, up until he scored, bro lost the ball every time he got it. Couldn't hold on to the ball at all. Couldn't do shit. Both of them suck. Both of them ain't it. Both of them are not good enough for this football club going forward. They're not good depth. And that's another thing we need to talk about, our quote-unquote depth. It stinks. It's horrendously bad. Disassi, if I speak about him for too long, I'll lose my head. Fucking terrible player. The fact that he played 77 minutes in this game. He played over Achimpong, you know. You can't tell me, no one in this fan base can tell me that.
That's criminal. That is actually
not
criminal.
A single player, sorry, not a single person in the fan base can tell me Achimpong worse than that. Not a single person. I agree. That's criminal. Achimpong should fuck off now, by the way. This guy was being linked with the likes of
too late. You signed the contract, bro.
Why did he sign the contract? No. Why? You're white. Yes. He should have fucked off to Dortmund. Dortmund were interested in him. That's a club that develops young players.
We all of us here on the panel thought he would be playing over Disasi and the right back, and that's not the
I
case.
thought he would have been playing earlier on in the season if he'd just signed a contract. I was wrong. He wouldn't.
So can I just say something real quick? Because I think one thing that I said this, and I don't want to keep beating the dead horse here, but one of the things I said a while ago was the reason we're not in a title race is because I seen how we played against United and so on and so forth. I've reiterated this. There's no need for me to go back, but I kind of see now a reoccurrence now, right? If you put it in the context for that United match, remember how we crashed out in the Carabao Cup with Newcastle? We didn't make any changes. We didn't bring the bench. One of the contexts that was given for that was, he's resting up players for United. Lo and behold, that didn't do diddly squat. Now we're looking at this match, and Scott said Disasi played 70 minutes, Nkunku played in 70 as well, so on and so forth. And now I'm looking at that Fulham game and thinking, motherfucker, if you knew you had a game in 3 days, why didn't you make subs so that you can actually play these players for longer? The ones that are going to win you the game. Or why didn't you, and now in hindsight is 2020, right? Why didn't you choose this lineup, which is probably not as good for a low block, and did that lineup for Fulham, and the Fulham lineup, which had a Jadon Sancho and a Neto who could probably break down a low block better and create you more chances for this game. Not to say Ipswich played a whole low block the whole game, but the second half, you could tell they played a mid to low block for most of the game.
But Marshall, do you know why that it goes back to what I said about the depth. This depth just isn't good enough. He still should have made subs against Fulham, but I kind of understand why he didn't. Like we saw today that even if he brought on Nkunku and played him in the 10, he wasn't going to do shit in the 10 against Fulham.
Yeah, Nkunku still fucking
he wasn't going to do shit against Fulham.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
He wouldn't have done shit. He didn't do shit today.
I just tried to say this last week, but
the context, but I think the context. I think the context of him playing the 10 is that I think what he played there for 5-6 minutes. The second goal went in, and then he came off. No. Listen, I'm not saying that he's not. He was shit this game, but I think it's a bit unfair to say the moment he shifted.
No, it's not. It's not because I saw the same things. He's played the 10 multiple times this season. I've tried to tell people this, and they don't want to listen. He's played the 10 multiple times this season.
When did he play? Give me an example. Obviously, it's
he played against Shamrock and was actually decent. He played in the 10 against Newcastle in the cup because Felix was playing ahead of him. He then did it against Noah as well. Felix was playing further forward and he was dog shit. I don't care that he scored. He was not good in that game.
I mean, it's Noah, bro. What do you want us to tell you? It's Noah. Do you?
Yes,
it's
Noah. So I expect you to
100%?
play well. No. I expect you to play well against Noah.
I don't know, man. Maybe.
They're an Armenian team.
He's stat padded. Let's be honest.
But this is what I was saying. If I'm expecting you to as a 10, right? There are certain things I expect as a 10 to be able to do. Connect play, link up, hold the ball up, drive forward with the ball, create chances. None of that. He does nothing. Not a single element of what I just said do we get from Nkunku in the 10. We barely get that from Felix, I'll be honest, but there's more than there is from Nkunku. There's nothing. There's literally nothing. And it's the same when he's playing up front. No hold-up play. No touch. His first touch, by the way. We clown Lukaku. This brother's first touch is as bad. There was that one in the first half that he somehow created a chance because his first touch went to a Chelsea player. I think it was Palmer that shot and it got blocked, or Enzo, I can't remember. He just sucks. He has sucked this season. But he's not the only one. As much as I crash on him, he's not the only one. And like I said, this depth that we have is non-existent. Completely non-existent.
But the thing is too, it's one of those games that, I was thinking about this the other day, and I was thinking, have I gotten a bit over my head when it comes to this team in terms of we're seeing Maresca's system fully fleshed out?
I think we are striding into an overreaction to say we don't have the depth. I just think it's just one of those games.
We do have injuries, that's fair, but
no, we don't know.
Wait. What I'm trying to get at, though, guys, do you guys think that this is kind of what Enzo foresaw in the sense that, like, listen, we might look good on the pitch right now, but there's still a lot more to my system that I need to fix, and it's going to take a lot longer than what you guys think.
Did he foresee himself picking Tasasi tonight?
This is the thing. He's creating problems for himself. So does it even matter?
It's not even on play. You have to ask that question.
No.
What was the point
That's a
in
rude
playing-
awakening.
There's
Yeah,
no
it's
point in
okay.
playing
You're right.
Tasasi.
Yeah.
If Cucurella is going to have a job with Amari Hutchinson on the right, there's no point in picking Disassi. You've got 3 right backs. Obviously, he wasn't going to pick James. He's only just come back. No matter what you think about Gusto, maybe you should have picked him. To even it level itself out and everything like that. And again, like you say, invert Caicedo, put maybe start Vega in the middle. Like that, and move Enzo up a bit more. But I just want to say that the passing, the
touches, the passing,
First touch,
the aimless long passing up, the aimless crossing. I mean, it was just aimless, no logic behind it.
No looking up for a pass, bro. No looking up for a pass. These men
looking like the shooting. That's what I mean. Everything was just from the second goal onwards. Everything was just off. It just went off. The urgency, the lack of pace. Again, the slow build up. Again, it was. Honestly, you would have thought we were 2-0 up the way we were.
Just quickly. Going back to the depth thing, by the way, I just want to say the reason why I don't think it's an overreaction. If everyone's fit, outside of Lavia, there's not a single other player on that bench that I trust to come on and change the game if we're struggling. And I think we see it today. Like at the end of the day, we can talk about depth, but how can I trust an Nkunku or a Felix or even a Madueke, someone I like? How can I trust them to come on in a game if we're playing a Fulham, a United, a Brentford? They can't do it against Ipswich. They can't do it against Ipswich. This Ipswich team, by the way, that's the second clean sheet they've kept all season. That's the third. That's the third win they've had all season. That's the 17th goal they've scored. They are the third worst scorers in the league.
Can I
How
just...
can
I trust them? How can I trust them? They can't perform against Ipswich. How can I trust them against anyone else?
They've only performed. In terms of the games that they've been called up to play, in terms of when we need to rely on them against Premier League opposition, they've only done it against one team, and that's Southampton, where the goalkeeper's passing to your midfield.
Yeah,
it's like that. I'm pretty sure the Arsenal game when they went 1-0 down, like they were still passing it back. They didn't want to attack. Like that's what I mean. It's kind of crazy. We still conceded like twice there.
It's horrendous, man.
I forgot what I was gonna say before, but
can I point out something too? Yo, chat, sometimes you guys piss me off. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
What? How?
I love how, like, I see some people and their first comment, you just watch Ipswich versus Chelsea. You watch the lineup that was there. You watch the result that happened. You watch the actions that were made. You come into this chat, and the first thing you fucking have to say, that offside won't hide that dreadful miss from Jackson one-on-one with the goalie. Embarrassing.
I can't lie. It was a bad miss, but I'm not focused.
It was a bad miss, but the fact that the first thing you want to talk about is Jackson when he came off the bench and played for 20 minutes, that's the first thing you want to do is put it on Jackson. Tell me you have an agenda without telling me you had an agenda.
I mean, he looked a lot more threatening than Nkunku at strike.
And he did look a lot more threatening than Nkunku. Wasn't good enough.
The only thing, like Nkunku did is drop deep and try like link up. But yeah,
you too. You too.
Well, this is the problem with his fan base. People have their ideas of what players are, and people have their ideas of what players are, and they're not willing to deviate from it. They think Nkunku is Nkunku Christ from last season. No, he isn't. Yeah. He isn't.
Yeah, I hope Javon, by the way, big up Javon in the chat. Come on at some point, because we said this on Lewis's channel before the game. Like, we were from certain guys, not just Nkunku, but we're focusing on him and the whole thing with Jackson. So there were certain guys that we were expecting performances from this game to show us something and solidify yourself and prove that, like, to prove something.
Scott, and what you're saying today, exactly goes to this.
The reason why I get on Nkunku so much, by the way, outside of I just don't think he's good enough, is because with Jackson, there is a baseline of what I get, right? He could have a shit game. His shit game, by the way, which everyone said he had against Fulham, hold-up play was excellent. first touch, excellent. His link-up play is still excellent. He still does all the stuff outside of scoring that helps the team. Nkunku does none of that. Nothing. Not a single thing.
We're basically 10 men down with Nkunku.
Exactly. All I'm seeing from Nkunku is him stand up front, which isn't always his fault, I admit. He's not a target man, but he plays like a target man because he doesn't do anything else. So he stands up front, doesn't do anything, gets one chance, the same that Jackson gets, and misses. So cool. I'm going to cook him like you cook Jackson.
And that's the thing. We're not defending Jackson. I'm just like, I agree that we need another striker. Jackson could be good enough, but time will tell. I mean, obviously the season is, 38 games? No. Yeah, 38 games.
Yeah,
You know what the issue is,
season-
you know what the issue is? You know what the issue is with that?
We're only halfway through and he's got 9 goals, but we're all going through a bad patch of form right now.
The issue of that take for me is that, yes, we can say it in hindsight we need another striker. I was always advocating for another striker. Everyone here advocates for another type of striker, right? We don't need to discuss
100%
that.
true. I agree with this
Yeah,
100%.
Everyone can disagree with that comment, right? So we can put that aside. But right now, who do we have, by the way, yeah? You, Maresca, have said Nkunku's not a number 9. All of us here have recognized he's not a number 9. Okay, if you're going to play him that 10 role, we can disagree on how good he's been in different roles. Okay, but guess what, guys? You have Mark Guida. Why not try him for one game? What is the harm of trying Mark Guida against Ipswich?
Hey Blues, this is how to say my name, Mark Gill.
No one says Mark Gill.
But my issue is, okay, why not just try him for 45 minutes today?
Honestly, I'd rather. I was gonna say, I'd rather Mark. I'd rather Mark Gill as a backup.
You would have actually helped in the press because you saw the way
he actually does press like Well, I said it right then, didn't I?
The way Nkunku was pressing, bro, that was not the way.
That was nothing.
By the way,
but
that's one thing. Sorry, Marshall, just quick. That's one thing.
No, you're fine.
I understand Maresca, by the way. I hold my hands up. I understand those 3 up front can't play together again. The lack of defending, the lack of defensive work up front. But those 3 play. Oh my god, those 3 can't.
Which
play
is why I get now why Jackson plays and stays in the game.
Yeah,
like,
I
it's
understand.
100%.
I understand why he doesn't play all 3 at the same time. I understand.
Yeah,
I'm never complain about that again. I understand.
But here's the thing, like, and I hate that I really am really upset about this, because I am one person that really wanted it, really advocated for Nkunku. I really wanted Nkunku to work in this game, but like, I'm sorry. I know today he's playing striker. I know he's not been playing as a 10. I get that, but you can just tell by the way he walks on the pitch, by the actions he takes, by just his ability to be involved with the game. Even if, because here's the thing. I'm thinking out my thought process here. I'm a firm believer that if you're a player that likes to play in a certain position, naturally you're going to gravitate towards playing like that or playing in that position. Now, Nkunku striker isn't too far off from a 10. Why is it that Jackson drops down and links up play like a 10, but Nkunku doesn't? Answer me that. And to me, it's very, very. That was rhetorical. Sorry. To me, I think after today, having gotten the opportunity that he got, right? Because we've all been asking Nkunku, give Nkunku a chance to start a game, all this and that. Bro, you were given the opportunity today, and you looked like... It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It does matter, Marshall, because...
No, it doesn't.
But because if your own gaffer is saying to you, you don't work in this position, but I'm playing in this position, Marshall, we are facing irony. You know what I mean?
No.
Yes, we are.
I'm not accepting this, right? You want to know why I'm not accepting this? Because I think you, like me, Ahmed, rate Nkunku at a level that I think when he came to this club, me and you were both of the mindset, and probably most of us in this panel were the mindset that this guy might be our next world-class player. Yeah. This guy is our guy. He's going to be the future of Chelsea. Lo and behold, Cole Palmer happens. I get that. But if you're that caliber of player, you can't sit here and tell me having watched son go from left wing to striker, having watched Harry Kane used as a 10 under Jose Mourinho, having watched what Benzema does for Real Madrid, all these players I've seen that are world-class players. Hold on, let me just finish my point. That are world-class players, how even in the positions they're placed in, they can still get involved into the game. And I think at the end of the day, and I hate to say this, Nkunku doesn't want to be here. He's not happy with his minutes. I don't think he fits the system. And sadly, I hate to say it, I love Chelsea more than I love Nkunku. Nkunku has to go.
But Marshall, everything you're saying, I wouldn't actually even necessarily disagree. But I think the problem becomes when we talk about Nkunku in that 9. I also think the issue is when you compare that. I think
Check StreamYard, Javon. Sorry, or not StreamYard. Twitter.
But when you check Benzema, was it called and stuff like that? I think for me the issue becomes it's a physicality issue for me with Nkunku. I actually think more than anything else, his issue playing that 9 role is a physicality problem. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I just don't understand. And I think even T-Nick makes a good point. Why did he not even try Felix in the 9 and then play Nkunku in that left cam role?
But today, but that's the thing. Today, go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
I'll just say, like, I agree. Like, he doesn't suit a striker. I never want to see Nkunku ever play striker.
No, I'm done.
Ever again.
Yeah.
But even when he dropped in a 10 today, he was still awful. He was not like helping the team going forward.
I feel like the performance was really bad. It's not going to change anything.
Oh yeah, I think it's
No,
when
like,
it's. I think
okay.
did he drop it as a 10 when went 2-0 down or 1-0 down? I keep saying.
No, he dropped when Felix came off the 53rd minute. I think it was 53rd.
Yeah, he came off early. Yeah, 50 something.
After he came off in the 54th minute, I think it was, and Nkunku went to the 10 and played there until they scored, which I think was 60 something minute. I can't remember. But my thing with Nkunku in the 10 is he was worse than Felix was in the 10.
I just think
I felt like
at the end of the day, guys,
they were both shit.
Yeah,
like I think Nkunku was worse, and I think ultimately, where this comes down to, right, ultimately is we need another number 9. And I want to talk in the stream, by the way, about the sporting directors because I have some vim for them, by the way.
I agree.
We need a number 9 in this.
50 minutes. What game are you watching, bro?
By the way,
that would have meant. Hang on. That would have meant he had to come on in the first half, which he didn't.
Yeah,
I think he's added time to the thing. I'm assuming he's added.
Still, he came on like 80th minute.
Hang on. He came on in He came on in like the 54th minute. That's
Jackson.
36 minutes.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But Scott, I want to add to your point. Scott, I want to add to your point slightly, and I'm gonna finish my point by saying you are correct, by the way, in saying, Marshall and everyone here, that Nkunku's time at this club is up. I've said this before. I agree with this. I just think for me the question now therein becomes, okay, if you're gonna move him on, whether it be to PSG or whatever, who do you then bring in, as you're saying, Scott, right? Will it be the
Kolo Muani?
And if it's Kolo Muani, if it comes to Kolo Muani, Marshall, I just want you, I've got a little clip for you just to show you if it's Kolo Muani, just like on a personal level.
Kolo Muani, bro, you know what he's gonna do?
Yeah. Wait.
Marshall got a little. I just got
listen.
listen.
Seriously.
You know, Marshall, I just want you to say private chat. Let's look at this clip. Just put this clip up. StreamYard it for everyone.
Oh, I saw you. I saw this.
So don't worry, but like,
I just want to say as well, like, with going back to the striker thing, we need a striker. That means someone needs to leave. I don't care at this point.
Yes.
I don't care if it's Nkunku. I don't care if it's Zhao. One of those two needs to leave.
Sneaky darling.
To facilitate. Bro, like I said, I don't rate Zhao anyway.
That's why I know. That's why I said it, yeah.
He was shit today as well. I don't rate him. He was shit today. Nkunku was shit today. Either of them can go. This ain't like I prefer this guy over this. No. Both of them need to leave this football club within the next year anyway. But I'm saying one of them needs to leave this January to facilitate.
I don't know about January. We're gonna
know what annoys me the most about
January.
You know what? We can bring a striker.
Cool. We can talk about the January.
If you find a replacement, sure, but
yeah, I think that's what Scott.
You know what annoys me, guys.
I'm saying,
you know what
this January, like if this club, not even about seriousness, right? In terms of just making it easier on Maresca, I'm talking about if you help Maresca this January, sell Nkunku or Felix, I don't care who, going striker, whether it's a Delap, whether it's Osimhen, whether it's fuck knows who else they're willing to. Not Kolo Muani, but of a different profile.
I was joking about Kolo Muani, by the way. I don't.
You know what annoys me the most, by the way, Scott, is that we all remember the Meridian transfer. I know a lot of us back in the day, not including myself.
That's not his name anymore, by the way.
Sorry, I've got Samu. I'm gonna call him Samu, right? A lot of
He
people.
changed his name?
He did because
changed
he changed his name.
I think Omronion's his dad's name, and he changed it to his dad's name.
But Samu, basically, if you remember, a lot of people are against the Samu signing, saying, "Oh my God, who's this shit guy? Scored 9 goals for the Portuguese, etc." You know, we all remember the talking points that were coming up at that time, right? And we almost got that guy, barring like some sort of thing that Chelsea decided to then go back on it. Now they say obviously it's due to the medical, but we all know the reason why that happened was in order for us to get the Neto deal done. Yeah, we had to scratch. What's his name?
So you in chat are crazy.
What's the super agent's name?
Mendes.
We had to scratch Mendes' back to get João Felix.
We're gonna have to do more of the scratches back this time, bro.
You know
I ain't gonna lie.
So, and that essentially cooked us, bro. You know what I mean? So.
But can I? Bro, that everything will happen. That everything will happen. Y'all can say this, that, and the third. All of this goes back to Maresca and the defense.
Yep.
I don't care. I don't care what you say going forward.
Yep.
All of this was on Maresca
Yep.
and the defense.
Yep.
Because apparently you people, and everyone knows who I'm talking. When I say you people are being negative people, yo, fuck that. I'm too much in that mood to be political today. Listen to me. All of these people clearly don't understand how Maresca system operates before you can talk. Understand the system before you can talk. And the biggest component of that system is having defensive players that offers 50 or 60% offensively. So if your defenders are not going to give you anything offensively, this is why the attack is shit. Simple and done. If you have a fridge playing at right back, and the fridge is also open and people can just come in and take whatever they come up like one. What you think of happen?
Thanks for the drink, man. Thanks for the drink, this Aussie, man. Much appreciated.
It's true, bro.
Bad man, you can say whatever you want. This was on Maresca, bro.
Yep.
I love having a
You
laugh
can
about it.
critique the attacking pair, this, that, and that, but this was on Maresca. Not only starting the Sassy at right back, but not having the gall to say your Maresca, to say your Palmer, stop drifting in the left half space because you're ineffective there. Not having the gall to say, you know what? If I'm going to play Nkunku up front, it has to be in a false 9 position and not a traditional striker position because he gives you fuck all for that. If you're going to play Felix as a left 10 to rotate with Nkunku and Palmer frequently and not have him stand out on the left hand side.
But Javon, let me ask you a question. Why is
I'm
it?
not done, bro. I'm not done, bro. Don't
Hold
do
that, Marshall.
Don't do that,
Whoa.
Disrespectful.
Go on.
You cannot have three. You cannot have 3 right back on the bench, bad man. You can't have 3 right back on the bench. Your system thrives off having defensive players being comfortable in wide areas. And play one bomb clock reach out on the left, on the right hand side, bad man. You're shooting yourself in your foot based on this. This is not me, Scott, Ahmad, Marshall, CP. This is not, it's not us making the system. This is your system. We just grew to understand how your system works and the best position that these players can play within your system. So when you give us that, and we've seen how it works when you play players in their rightful position, how the hell can you come up with this assy playing that right back? You see it going so horribly wrong, and you're not even say, yo, Tosin, you step out wide and put this assy in the middle because you're faster and you're more agile than him. Not even that, bad man. And you're telling me Achempong is not better than that shit we just watched? Bro, this was 110% on Enzo Maresca, right? Because your 100%. Defensive rotation offers no... How much time? We see Bamba Clark Madueke try to do a 1-2. Every time he gets the ball and he's doubled up on, he can't ever do a 1-2. Because you know what the right back is there for? Exactly. And overlapping. Wait, look, perfect fucking example. Look on the left-hand side. How much time did we see Kukurea up on the right wing, stretching the width? So Felix could drift on the inside. When it's the Sassy, all the winger can do is get the ball, pass it back to the Sassy, and then the Sassy try to make a proper decision. And even then, he still made the wrong fucking decision. So what you tell me?
Can we?
I'm not gonna take over the stream.
Javon, I know you're not finished yet.
That was good.
The brick is a pebble today, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Javon, I know you're not finished yet, but this is a question I'm gonna give to the whole everyone here. Yeah, this is a good question I've got for you. I feel like the last week, if we're being honest, maybe Everton can make it less so, but Maresca has kind of been vastly at fault for all of these 3 games, right?
Badman is not even being out-taught. It's himself. He's overthinking it.
No. That's what I'm asking you. Why do you think? What do you think is going on from Maresca in the last 3 games that's causing him to start having these issues occur, particularly in the last 3 games? That's what I'm talking about. Because these last 3 games.
You mind if I answer that with my theory?
Listen, it's an open panel, bro. You know what I mean?
Listen, I think, and maybe this is maybe I'm thinking too deeply into it, but honestly, I feel like us as humans, we learn from certain role models, the good and the bad. How, like, we learn from our parents, and then we pick up traits that our parents had, and then we say we're never going to be like our parents, and then a few years later we're like, oh fuck, my dad used to do that, my mom used to do it, now I'm doing it. When it comes to Maresca, I think we got to remind ourselves that he does come from the school of Pep. He has trained and learned his craft through Pep Guardiola. And I do see, I'm not saying that he is Pep Guardiola, obviously not, but I do see some semblances and
absolute fuckery. Because guess what? You as a human being know the difference between right and wrong. So you know what that means? You make your own decisions. So this has nothing to do with Pep. This has to do with Maresca. Maresca, you got it wrong, and you just have to hold your hand up and hold that bad man. It doesn't matter what school you come from. Look how much other people come from different schools. I came from a prestigious high school. Am I a prime minister? Fuck no. I'm an engineer. 2 totally different things.
I understand, but just look at examples, right? I think there's parallels that we could look at. You look at how last season, even though it didn't work so often early season until Vardio found his shooting boots, people looked at Pep so much like, why are you taking a center back and putting him at right back and trying to have him invert? We're looking at what he's doing to Malo Gusto. We're looking at how he persists with Disasi. I think the parallels are there. And I think there's just bad habits he's learned from Pep Guardiola. That's my theory. We won't know until we see the full picture in a season, 2 seasons from now, if the action still persists. For now, I'd like to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that, okay, maybe it's something else. I don't know. There's another factor, but that's just my theory. What do you guys think? No, we didn't miss Mudryk today. Get this out.
No, we didn't.
Sorry, what do you think, guys? Come on, man. It's an open panel. I'm not going to answer this question.
I think Maresca did make some mistakes. I don't put everything on him today because, like, the things I put on him are starting Disasi. That was a worry, but I thought at least maybe we can get through the game with him at right back. I was wrong. The main things I put on him is everything from halftime onwards. The fact that Disasi and Madueke weren't taken off at halftime is a disgrace. The fact that they lasted 77 minutes is a disgrace. The fact that you took off Felix before Nkunku is a disgrace. The fact that you, like, the mentality thing I said about earlier, we've not got the players in terms of leaders on the pitch to change the mentality and to start speeding things up. So that has to come from the manager, and it didn't. And he got that completely wrong.
Badman. Sorry. Let me let you finish.
No, I want to like end up talking about the defense and talking about the centre backs and talking about, and I'm going to focus on the sporting directors again. But like, I don't want to get too off of this topic for the moment, off track of this topic. But yeah, just
we could talk about the defense because I do want to talk about the penalty. But let's finish this topic.
The reason why I put so much blame on Maresca is because it's not like we're down to bare bones where the players on the pitch just had to pull up their bootstrap. I just said in my review, and let me say this clearly for people who I know we'll try to spin this some other way. And let me look directly into the camera as well. As a manager, you're paid millions, but guess what? You're still a human, right? Which simply means you can get a starting 11 wrong. You can get starting players wrong. But what is not acceptable, which is why people pay you the big bucks, is for also your in-game management to be incorrect and to be wrong. And we've seen you make in-game management changes earlier in the season, so we know you're not inept at this, unlike Poch. That's why people are so frustrated. So you starting this as at right back, cool. We told you to you watch the videos. You claim you watched Chelsea games last season. You watch the videos, and you still come up with this as at right back, cool. You can.
He watched them with his own eyes.
Okay, exactly. You can do that starting, but guess what's not acceptable? Seeing 20 minutes in, we're under the cusp, and every time they go down, they go for a 13 attack. It goes down the Sassy side because the Sassy is either rash with stepping in on challenge or just not inept or not agile enough on the turn. So you should make an adjustment there. There was no adjustment. The first sub should have been the Sassy. No, the first sub is fucking Felix, who created more than Nkunku in that game, by the way. That's my issue. I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand how these people think, bro. Cool, Madueke could have been hooked. Neto came on and did fuck all. And Neto had help in terms of Gusto up there. So what you tell me? It's not the players at this point. It's Maresca, you just have to hold it for now. I haven't lost faith. I am not Maresca out. I'm just saying I am literally talking about the last 3 games. And it's been a knock-on effect. That's all I gotta say.
Can we stop this? Just throwing the season away.
Okay. Marshall, I'm gonna ignore this because we had someone in the Discord. You know who, Mr. Sancho guy. You know what I'm saying?
You mean
freaking out? No, the Sancho guy. No.
Oh, I had him really low volume.
Yeah, the guy who was freaking out when we were losing. Yeah, no, the guy who was on the Casually Discord. Remember when we were 2-0 down to Spurs and he was freaking out?
Oh yeah. He likes Doku. He likes Doku.
Not him. Not Sancho.
Yeah. Anyways, he was also doing this whole negativity thing that he's seen all of this from the beginning of the season. And then we asked him when was the first game he watched, and then he said the Spurs game was the first game he'd ever watched Chelsea play this season. When he was freaking out. So this gaslighting by haha and also Vesetor TV doing Jackson agendas when Nkunku once again didn't do shit. And I kind of disagree with Javon and the rotation. I was seeing at times Felix become the false line and then Nkunku be the 10, and they still didn't do shit. What is the point of Christopher Nkunku? And trust me, me and Scott were on a fucking hype job when we got this man. I was on cloud 9 that we got him for 60 million release clause. Yeah. I was literally on cloud 9. I'm like, oh, I can't believe we got him for such a decent price. He's top scorer. I've been watching this guy in Leipzig. You know what? For Chelsea, let's just not touch the Bundesliga unless the guy who's banging in 25 goals season in season out.
All right, see what you said there? You see what you said there?
Because that's what Haaland was doing. I'm just gonna leave that league for a minute. Until we have strikers. Because Nkunku, that season he was top goal scorer. Had scored 16 goals, and he was top goal scorer, and he was missing like 3 months of the season. So that's how bad that league was that season.
Wait.
All right, so
wait, 1 second, Javon. 1 second, Javon, because this is pissing me off. I hate this is the face of the Chelsea fan base I absolutely fucking hate. What's gaslighting if we've gone from 2 points off the top to 4th, 1 point in 9, have Newcastle just 3 points behind us, and there are fans that are burying you in the head. You're probably the same fan that was saying 2 years ago we were getting relegated.
Wait, how are we 1
point in 9 right now?
How are we 1 point in 9? We literally won 3 games ago. Against
1 point out of 9, I think he says. I think he's muted. You're muted, by the way.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that was.
But it's just like ridiculous, over the top, like reactions. I get the performances haven't been great, but you also have to understand our best players aren't back from injury.
Oh,
we are
sorry,
missing a few key players. I
No,
know it's not
we're
an
not doing
excuse.
that. We're not doing that.
No, hold on.
No.
I know it's not an excuse when it comes to Ipswich, but we saw against Newcastle, this B team is not good enough. And we're relying on B team players to get us results.
But why are they in the squad if you can't rely on them at all?
Yeah.
We're learning the hard way that they're not good enough.
Bro,
this is the hand that Maresca was dealt.
I do.
To an extent, I get it, but it's still wrong.
I do hear all the questions about the players. This is not me defending the players.
Yeah.
I'm simply saying you have to assess what you have and try to put these players in a position where you can get the best attribute out of them. Right? When the CP said you saw them rotating, right? I didn't mean like they weren't doing that at all. I'm just saying it wasn't prominent enough. It was not prominent enough because if it was prominent enough, I'm pretty sure it would have been better than that.
I agree.
That's what I meant. When you have players like that, you have to play to each and every one of them strengths.
Yep.
That's the job he signed up for too. Because if you guys remember, he's supposed to be the head coach. They're just giving him players, and he's supposed to train them.
But he's not even doing that job right now properly. Because first of all, we were criticizing him in the past 3 games for being cowardice. I said multiple times for his late game substitutions, and sure, he finally subbed on early when we're 2-0 down to bottom feeder teams. Now he has the guts to do it, to sub on João Felix at the 60th minute. And besides that, this man persisting to play Disasi when he said he had a plan and he was a main catalyst with the sporting directors for Ashton Pong to stay, then fucking play that man. He can at least cover wide spaces. He's going to give you that outlet. And if you're telling me he's not ready enough, then he should be loaned out. If you're telling me he's not ready enough to be subbed on at moments like this, when Gusto's out of form, James is just touching grass, feeling grass. I don't know what the fuck he's going to be doing with the grass. And then, dude, that's what's been the reports the past week, remember? He has his foot on the grass. He's touching grass. He's okay, anyways. Sorry about that tangent. And
Please be gentle.
No. There's someone in the chat that keeps saying I keep blaming the manager. But man, you claim that the players are crap, right? Who put the player? Who selected the players today? Answer my question. I'm tired of this, bro. Who selected the players today? Can the players select themselves? No. Who put the formation out?
Who put Disasi? Who put Disasi right back? Yep.
Right? You don't rate Madueke. Who started Madueke today? Simple. Answer my question then.
Bro, what are you talking? Yo, guys, we're pretending nothing is wrong.
Yeah, we're pretending we didn't lose. We're totally not criticizing the manager. Wait, Marshall. We're clearly not criticizing the manager. We're clearly not criticizing individual players, and we're clearly not.
This is a good loss, guys. This is a good 0 points.
And we're clearly not, as Scott was alluding to, also going to be criticizing the sporting directors.
Just like Pep said, we need this loss.
I'm not going to speak on anyone else. If you think that I'm pretending that nothing is wrong, you haven't listened to me for 50 minutes.
You haven't listened to anything,
bro. You cannot keep defending the manager. And you know why I'm so hard on the manager? If you deem it to be so, because a couple weeks ago we were high flying because of the manager. So I know you know what to do to get the best out of the squad, and I know you know that you have the tactical IQ to make certain switches. So when you get it wrong, I'm looking at you weird.
Listen, this is the same energy you would have for Pochettino. Let's be honest.
You know the funny thing is, Vestator or whatever his name is saying no world-class manager wants to join Chelsea. The funny thing is Hansi Flick, who was flying high for Barcelona, is doing a bottle job, and Barcelona fans are pissed at him. And he's known as a world-class manager less than a month ago. So if you're telling me he was world-class, then he's bottling the league there too, boys. Guess what he's doing? He's bottling the league.
Yeah.
Yes, I wanted Felix to start against a low block because his attributes is saying that he could do something against a low block. We didn't lose the game because of attack. We lost the game because of defensive instability. Simple and done.
That is true. Yeah.
And how are we going to go out and win again when you know you're going in? When you know you're going again, you have someone that's prominently on the ball because this assist saw most of the ball out of the back line today, and he made fucking mistakes.
Yep.
But the thing is, I'm just going to Javon's point quickly. We all know Disasi ain't it, yo. We know it already. He
I
should
know.
know it by now too. So
Yeah,
I think what makes it worse is that we've heard him say in interviews, I want Achepa to sign a contract. I believe in this guy. He would have started more games for me. This is stuff he said. You know what I mean? Don't be a potch here where you say one thing in the interview and do something else, right?
Well, he's already doing that. I talked about this earlier this week. I literally
I am not a
talked about
clown.
this week. I talked about it this week. This guy just talks. Like, I like Maresca, and he's done a lot of good things, but he just talks. His words mean nothing. Not always, but a lot of what he says has meant nothing because he says one thing and does another thing.
Exactly. That's the worst type of manager that you can be, by the way. You know what I mean?
I'm not blaming Maresca for the defensive errors. I'm blaming Maresca for putting people in the defense outside of their position and seeing these errors being made and not rectifying them. That may I blame him for. In case you don't understand. Anybody can have a hauler, but you as the manager have to realize and unhook them. Help themselves. What is this assassin gonna do? Hi guys, I'm playing horribly today. I'm just gonna stand on the sideline until they make a sub. Come on.
Before you go, Scott, quickly, I don't know why people want us to talk about the defense. Ladies and gentlemen, we knew about the defense already. Why are we acting like our defense being this poor is surprising? We already know what our defense is already like. We've known for the longest time this season, we have a poor defense. These guys, a lot of them are not good enough defensively. So this should not be coming to us as a surprise. That is why we've been so heavily reliant on our midfield doing a good job. Our attack is doing a good job. That's why you're not going to catch me doing these, case studies on Cole or Tosin or what's his name, Disasi or whatever we play by the issue, because the case study's already been done. We know these brothers already.
Yeah,
we know them.
And let's be honest too. Like, what I feel like all of us saw this coming at some point when the attacks and the midfield starts to dry up. Our defense isn't going to keep us in games, and I said this earlier too. Like against Fulham, if we had a better defense, maybe we win that game 1-0. Is that good enough? No, but at the end of the day, sometimes you have to win the game by fine margins. And in today's game, let's just say this Sassi didn't play. Let's just say Malo Gusto played, right? And we don't concede those stupid chances. Because I see what Scott was talking about in terms of the penalty, but I'm not going to put the first one. We'll go over it. Even if we keep a clean sheet against Ipswich, we still didn't score goals. And that's still not good enough against Ipswich.
But what you know, can you first? I'm going to adjust what you said. Can you highlight Fat's comment there? Right? Cool. You say this is easy to blame Maresca. Why do you think Gusto bench for today? Easiest question. Gusto bench because he's been shit. Why has he been shit? Can we all unilaterally agree that Gusto cannot invert? Who tells this? Nope. Who tell him to invert? Answer the question. Who tell him to bumbucklat invert?
Who's playing the wrong position? Who's telling you
cool. You don't want to play. You don't want to play Gusto. That's fine. You're telling me Achempang couldn't come into the squad and do better than this asset today? This man literally turned around and passed the ball to the attacking player. You're telling me Achempang couldn't do better? Or even if you're going to play Gusto, tell him to stop fucking invert. And for people that don't understand, inverting is not only stepping into midfield, it's getting high up on the field in this winger position, in these 10 positions. It's as simple as this. You play Gusto in the positions you were playing last season, where he's supporting the winger, making runs, and being a defensive right back. Simple and done. Let Kukurea invert because he has an understanding to do so. Or play Achempa.
I regret opening up Twitter. Fucking A, man. It's toxic in here.
I don't have Twitter, so that's
Can I just say, this comment about tiredness, it's kind of inexcusable, Martin. This comment I see from Maresca talking about tiredness, particularly from the starting level.
Oh, yeah.
It is inexcusable, Marshall.
Yep,
I'm sorry to tell you.
Hold on, though, guys. But we're sitting here.
I think Neto.
You know what I'm gonna say? You're saying no already.
No. Because I need to speak. I need to finish my sentence before you finish your sentence. How about that, Marshall? Yeah, I get. Yeah, if we had said Enzo and Caicedo, those two I think they have every right here. If anyone says to me they've got tiredness, okay. But we cannot say the same here for the rest of the team. You can't say that for the rest of the team. I'm sorry to tell you, when a lot of these guys are playing 1 game a week, the one time they have to play two games a week should not mean their standards are falling because they can't do 2 games a week. You know what I mean? Ipswich just played here, I think 2 days ago or 3 days ago. And they still played. They still played just to their level. What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
And supposedly we have better players than them on the bench. So what are we doing?
Better players, better. Cobham's meant to be state of the art.
Better squad.
Yes. No, we can't do that, bro. We can't play this game, bro. I don't play that game, bro. I'm sorry. Only those 2 I will give excuses for. Everyone else does not deserve a single wincy bit of an excuse.
Bro, no one gets an excuse. From the manager to the last player on the pitch, everybody got it wrong today.
No.
Everybody has to hold smoke.
2 things.
Contrary, not Marshall.
No. I agree. Everyone needs to hold smoke. I agree. It's not an excuse. But I am just going to put context into it. Maresca is to blame for this. Why? Because we look at Fulham, and you know how jam-packed the schedule is, yet you don't make any substitution minus Nkunku. Exhibit 1. Exhibit 2. This B team's not good enough. We know that. After Newcastle, we saw how they capitulated. And then we put B team players on that pitch, and what did they do? They capitulate again. And that was to try to rotate to rest legs because these players are playing once a week. But now we're in Premier League games. We're not in Conference League matches. So you have to play some of your best players. And if he's not managing it now, I'm worried how he's going to manage it when we go to Champions League. It's worrisome. It's worrisome. There is context to it. Sure, the players you brought on were tired. Some of the players that were on that pitch were not good enough. But there's context to it. It does play a factor. It's not an excuse. Everyone else is also playing the same amount of games. Look at Liverpool. Look at Arsenal. Look at the results they're getting. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so context. That's why for me, the tiredness is not an excuse, bro. Because other teams are doing it with regular
but it's context. It's context. Because we all sat here. It is context. It's not an excuse. Context and excuse, 2 different things. We're all sitting here saying, man, the players look tired. Man, the players look tired. It's pathetic considering we only have 1 game a week, essentially, for most of these players. I get it. But there's also players that are out that should be rotated.
Can you state to me clearly what the context is? What your context is?
My context is that, yes, our squad depth right now isn't as big as it was when we have fit players. So we aren't rotating as well as we probably should. Regardless, these players should be stepping up and should be playing well, but they are playing a lot of games. Enzo's not making enough subs. He's relying on the A team players more than the B team players, and then when we go to the B team players, we get the results that we get because the B team players aren't good enough. Our A team players are out. Wesley Fofana. You have Lavia that's out as well.
He's not
Who
an
else is on of it? Lavia and Fofana, they're both 18 players.
Look how I put holes.
How is Lavia not?
You know what my context is?
Lavia start with. Hang on, if Enzo and Caicedo have been playing how they have been, he doesn't start unless you're playing.
Lavia's been starting pretty much every game since he's been fit.
He hasn't started every game. He had some game. He came in for some games and then got dropped for others when Enzo started performing again. Lavia was one that's dropped. Then he came back in against whoever we played, where Caicedo played right back, and then got injured.
Aston Villa.
Scott, I thought they.
Also,
no.
I should mention this. One more player I should mention is Reese is part of that A team, and he's not available.
No, you can't.
Kill me now. Guys, I'm just saying it because in the beginning of the season, we were hoping that Reese was going to have a much better season he's having now, and it's turning out he's more fit.
You know what my context is? You know what my context is? Ipswich are fucking 18th. That's my content. That's my context.
Mm-hmm.
Ipswich, this was the first team. This was what one of the only clean sheets. They're on 15 points.
So the thing about the subs was, Marshall,
it doesn't matter who stepped into the squad. This should have been a dub. Point blank. I don't care what anyone wants to say. This should have been a W. This should have been a win.
And today wasn't. Today wasn't about
tiredness. It was about sloppy passing, aimless passing, aimless crossing, and just bad play all around. It's a combination of the players and Maresca today, whereas I thought it was Maresca against Fulham and mostly against Everton. But today, after that second goal, I had no idea why we kept Enzo kept hoofing the ball up from inside his own half like he was a quarterback or a rugby player, number 10, just trying to drop the ball in and see what happens. I don't know why we were trying to cross it in, for Felix all the time, like he's some big header of the ball and stuff like that. We couldn't even get the short passing correct. You know what I mean? This, is, and they went, and by the way, on a side note, Liam Delap, yes, please. Right now. So it was like that. After the second goal, it's the first time that was a Poch performance today. That team. After the second goal, the heads just went like that. And I understand. I can criticise Maresca for several things. Unlike previous games, he actually made a load of subs to try and change things, and it just didn't work like that. So I'll credit him for making the subs, but it just didn't work because all the subs then fell into the same malaise as the rest of the team with their poor passing and poor decision making. And this thing about, especially in the first half, mostly in the first half, this thing about always trying to side foot finish, just fucking boot the fucking ball in the back of the net and see if it takes like 2 deflections and rolls across the line or something like this. This whole waiting to set yourself up and
it was way too much passing today.
Way too much passing. Fucking ball.
Yeah. Can I just say quickly? Fatou, big up to my guy Fatou. Yeah, but Fatou, I feel like you're just asking a rhetorical question, bro. Like the answer to this question. We've known the answer to this question since the beginning of the season. Why are we asking this question?
Wait, what question? That these guys are good enough?
The backline depth it's not good enough, and people
know this already.
Wasn't good enough. And I'd happily talk about our defense.
No, we learned this season.
No, we knew this already. We knew this already.
Start season weren't going to be
good. If we know this,
like Disasi, Badashile.
Outside of good though, we knew this already. Even Tosin, I knew he wasn't good enough anyway. He was never going to be great.
I didn't think that about Tosin, but yeah.
I did.
I want to see what Tosin's about because I don't know. I was.
Bro, this guy was 20. No, I'm sorry. This guy was 27 playing for Fulham. He was about to Fulham, and the office he was getting was Newcastle and Monaco. He's never been.
I also know, like, listen. The other thing too is that Disasi wasn't ever this bad last season. I know that as well. He was at least decent enough that.
This is the whole thing. I have.
know.
Yeah.
I can't get on Disasi. That he's not a right back. I don't know how many. And you can play him in the conference.
I don't know why you're adding Cole into this, Fatur. Cole's been our best defender, but okay.
We're talking about the whole back line. That's the whole back line.
Okay.
It's not the whole back line. It's not.
Where's Cucurella and Vega?
This is the problem. You're overreacting. All right. You can criticize, but Ahmed, you are overreacting. Your whole thing tonight on the stream has been an overreaction.
It's not an overreaction.
You said we had a mid-block. You said we had a mid-block, low-block problem, and we were creating all those chances in the first half. So you actually,
we didn't create a lot of chances. We didn't create that much.
We created a lot of chances.
I feel like in my opinion,
we got into their box. We got into their box nearly the entire first half.
Bro, not all our chances were probably clear cut, but we did create a good amount of chances.
We're gonna find the XG for the match.
I mean, like the Felix chance where he just hit it straight at the keeper with no power. The Nkunku chance where he could had an open goal.
20 shots, 5 on target, 76% precision.
And who was it?
Felix had a shot. Felix had a shot where he kind of rolled it into the keeper instead of putting the ball
that was a weak shot.
And that's my.
I mean, our first half
1-1.
translation was a lot better in the second half. Anyway, it just died off in the second half how we played.
Listen, it's there's a lot of things in this game. And again, people, we're critiquing the last 2 games. Well, I'm critiquing the last 3 games.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there's a lot of things that Maresca could have changed to get a result. This doesn't mean I'm against the manager. This doesn't mean I want him out. Because I respect him for what he's done so far. All I'm saying is, if you don't adjust these little things, that's when you realize you start slipping up and we start losing points.
So I just looked it up.
He's now getting... He has... He has to start trusting this squad more. There was no problem today. He could, if there's an issue with the right back thing, start Vega in the middle and put Caicedo inverted at right back. Do that for the next game against Crystal Palace, or do it in this game. It then allows Enzo to go up a bit more and adds a different dimension like we had been doing before. He needs to start doing this. This is why I criticize Arteta all the time, because he doesn't trust his squad, and that's why you get like people running to the ground. This is his issue. This is the problem that he has. And stop playing. Disasi's not a right back. I'm not going to criticize Disasi because he's not a right back. You're asking. It's like trying to put Colwell, like we did with Poch last season, at left back.
Left back.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Stop
work.
playing over there, bro.
Doesn't
not
work.
gonna work.
It works in the Conference League. It works in the Conference League because they're shit teams in the Conference League. So you can get away with
it doesn't work in the Conference League. How much time have we seen fast players ripping up over there?
You're not gonna get as hard. You're not gonna get
punished. Yeah.
Because
that doesn't mean it works.
The level of experience.
Yeah.
It's not. Can this is the problem. Vasta Raw, you're one of those. You're either a troll, you're just like a Poch-in bloke. You were just waiting for this to happen. It's not a Postecoglou. Postecoglou only plays one way. Maresca does change things, whether you like him or not. And he tries to address it.
We did play 2-10s today.
Yeah, so he tries to change it. So this is not a
Postecoglou's issues are more so a defensive issue. Like he
A
can
much
break his defense
worse
quite easily.
defensive issue.
Yeah,
what did he change today? Are you fucking kidding me, guy? What did he change today? Are you stupid or just naturally dumb?
I want to have like a tactical board so I can like demonstrate this for people, but that's down the line. People need the funds.
Our timeline's just full of retards. That's why it's moving like that.
Oh my days!
Wow. We use my gimmick now as well, Marshall.
Hey, listen, I used it. But what? Wow, what the fuck was I gonna say? God damn it, I forgot what I was gonna say. Not that important, I guess.
Are you gonna talk about the comment?
Well, I mean, in December we played 9 games and we started by winning the first 5 and 6 winning, but then struggled. We arrived at the end of the month a bit tired in general.
This is bullshit.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
This is bullshit in one of two ways. I think it's bullshit because I don't think they were tired. And if they were tired, why don't you rotate them better?
Why don't you make more subs?
Exactly.
That was the case.
Why don't you make more subs in the
that's what I'm
previous
saying.
game?
Yeah.
Why don't you rotate guys a bit better? Like
when you make subs, why don't you make them in their natural positions?
Rotate.
Maybe
don't make subs in the 80th minute as well.
The midfield, like you said, Scott, the midfield could be tired because they've been playing 90 minutes after 90 minutes.
But that's the only. But that's the only section of the pitch we can give them an excuse for.
Yeah,
Enzo Caicedo, that's the only position we can give him an excuse for.
Midfield, I'd understand, and even then, you could have, if worst comes to worst, put Vega in midfield. Worst comes to worst, you could have put Vega in midfield. Last game, worst comes to worst, you could put Caicedo in midfield.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like
there
is still options. It's not great. I'm not going to say it is, but it's still options. But yeah, like this whole tiredness thing is bollocks.
No, that's the thing. People like to read what they see and not look deeper from what they read, bro. They're just trying to bullshit. Stop the bullshitting, bro. Look, watch the game for yourself and try and analyze what could have done. Why are they on the bench if you're not going to use them then?
Yeah, that was not
part of the team if you're not going to use them.
This amazing depth we're meant to have. It can't be that amazing if it's not being used.
And then
It wasn't a tiredness. It wasn't, like I said, it was never a tiredness issue today. It was bad play all around. That's what it was.
And yeah, exactly. And I remember like the vast majority of like the first team squad play only 1 game a week, boys. You know what I mean? They literally been playing 1 game a week. Yeah. So when is our next game? Is it Sunday or is it
Saturday?
Saturday.
So
if they're that tired, if they're that tired, give them the next 2 days off. Then
you know what I'm saying. If they're that tired, but it's away. It's even away at South London. It's like literally next to us. Like
exactly right. Not an early kickoff.
Palace.
And you know
that's not 3 p.m. kickoff. Fuck.
Yeah, it's 3 p.m.
And it's very good. They played like the same formation as these guys play pretty much. But it's like a 3-4-3 if I'm not mistaken. They play.
It's impossible to see.
It's the day after my surgery.
Ahmed, just so you see, these are our chances that we had.
Is it the big ones are like the big chances? I'm assuming, right?
And this is 2.1 104 was our total expected goals.
I
today.
don't know, mate.
No, there's no. I don't know. I'm showing you the facts.
I haven't finished my sentence, bro. I haven't finished my sentence. Can I finish my sentence?
Well, you said I don't know.
No, you can't finish the sentence.
I was about to say something, and then Marshall just wanted to attack me.
You can't finish the
Hey,
sentence.
listen.
That's what I'm saying.
You get what
This
you
guy Marshall,
eat
man,
what you
this
dish
guy-
out, bro.
this-
You can't dish it out. Stay out of the kitchen. I think that's how the saying goes.
Well, listen, I want to say something, but I'm gonna chill out. But you know what it is, man. But maybe Andrew is a little bit right. Maybe I am a little bit hot.
A little bit right, he says.
A little bit hot. You know what I mean? You know what it is, man. Sometimes.
Okay. I need to go back to the beginning of this stream. I need to go back to the beginning of the
mind you
stream
being
because
upset we lost. I admire you upset we lost. It's just when you were saying like, oh, we had a problem against low block and mid block, and we're like,
no, we
sitting
didn't.
there like, in the first half, getting very easily into their box and passing it around and having shots. It's like
our issue in
second
attack
half,
wasn't
no
great.
problem. Second half we were shit. Second half we
Yeah.
created nothing. Second half.
Our
Well,
attack-
no,
our
Jalfie
issue
said
in
that
attack
one
was-
clear off the line. To be fair, Jalfie said that one clear off the line. That was it.
Oh, that was never going in, man.
No, but what I'm saying is
Just feel it.
we hit the crossbar. Don't forget, guys.
Did we? Oh, we're
Or the bar.
Save on to the cross.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, that's
God.
like Maresca.
What the hell is that comment, bro?
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, like our issue in attack was that we couldn't finish, and then defensively we sucked. That was the issue. It's like for as many chances as we created, Ipswich created just as many. Like Delap had at least 3 or 4 good chances. Hutchinson was causing issues down that right hand side as well. That was the issue defensively.
Let me show you.
Let
me take that
Can I
picture.
just say those Delap? This is a noise. It's not just tossing. It's modern football. The amount of time defenders still allow forwards onto their favoured foot. It was like Delap's right footed.
Let me say this really quickly.
And then you just shoot out Jorgensen.
Let me say this really quickly because I'm gonna bounce after this. I'm gonna say this. I have to go after this. So I'm gonna say this really quickly. You know how much times I saw Delap picked up the ball and just run at our defense by himself?
Yeah.
Pushing off man, bodying man. You couldn't get the ball off of him. Even the ball that this actually gave to him, he still had to make a run into the box, hold up, shrug off Tosin, and then lay the pass off.
Yeah.
Andrew, I'm so glad, by the way. Andrew,
I feel like I got Jacksoned.
Andrew, I'm so glad, by the way, you brought up that thing of the backing off and showing a weak foot. He did that against Fulham as well, by the way.
But Jackson does too.
And him and his dragged shot wide. And he did it again, like 2 or 3 times today. He just what is with our defenders doing this? Tosin does it, Cole does it, just backing off.
Yes.
Stop letting him back off.
Do you know how much space you guys? You know this. You remember the second half? Yeah, it was like all 3 of them were like next to him, but Tosin was the middle.
Tosin, I think Cole as well.
Cole was there, yeah. And then this guy was just giving him like face, and then he just decided to boot at Jorgensen, bro. And like, do you know what makes? I have to say, yeah, I understand maybe if Tosin gets bodied slightly, Cole gets bodied slightly, but it is disgraceful, yeah, for Axel Disasi to be getting bodied, yeah.
Disgraceful, both of them, to be honest.
Bro, listen, no.
Disasi lost weight this year, I'm pretty sure.
No, but like, Disasi has the
so.
frame. No, he lost muscle mass, but he hasn't lost like that.
Yeah.
He hasn't lost his frame. He has the frame, bro.
The problem is though, Ahmed, if your reactions are so slow, your frame cannot react because it literally cannot react to it. It doesn't get ready. Your body, you're not prepared for what's happening because you're too slow. Your body, like, it's why the Big Show lost so many wrestling matches. I'm telling you right now. Oh my God.
Listen, I'm not about to sit here and critique Disasi's weight loss.
Yeah,
I'm not a scrub. Bless up, people.
Bless
up. Why are we talking about?
Big up, Javon.
I'm not about to do this. Peace. Marshall, recording later.
Yep, I'll see you, man.
Are we gonna look at that reckless challenge on Cucurella too?
No, I don't have that. That's yeah. I want to look at this penalty because I swear to God it's not a penalty. But also, I think
let's talk about him.
Let's talk about the play before it, right? I don't know. I think it's Disasi is part to blame to this. Enzo,
I didn't.
He does get away from Enzo. does get away from Enzo. I think that's is that Omari? I don't know who that is.
No, that's Cayuste. Cayuste gets past Enzo. It's Cayuste.
Yeah. And then obviously simple pass. Well, not simple actually.
I'm so glad you stopped it. Hang on. I'm so glad you stopped it here. I'm so glad you stopped it. Would you like to have a guess who's putting in that challenge on Cayuste right there?
That's Sassi.
Yes, of course it is. Our right back or right centre back.
That's Sassi, but also like
okay,
I want to see what these other players do.
No. Okay, cool. So that's our right back, right centre back, putting the challenge in and missing the challenge. Key point, missing the challenge against Cayuste. Play it on. He's now out of position.
Yeah.
Nani doesn't get a touch.
No.
And then Delap is here, right? And he gets the penalty. So
I think that's
this should have been Disassi's guy.
Yes, there we go. The ball is now in the space Disassi has vacated.
Yeah, and I'm assuming, okay.
But you see there, he should have gotten to him before he even made that pass. That's the problem. But he kept the line.
Oh, you're talking about Tosin?
Tosin should have gone close. Should have gone to him.
I didn't even block that, bro. He's just not close.
Tosin should have actually got to him.
Tosin.
Like, he let him. He stood up him. because I think
you guys were just talking about these defenders giving players space, so that's
No, but like, basically, no. So like, I think Tosin in that aspect Cole was behind me. Like, essentially, there's no other guy that's running in right now.
Yeah, what the fuck is Tosin doing?
So basically, there's no. So he basically lacked the awareness to realize that someone could come in from behind him. Pause. Literally, yeah. And so, yeah.
You know what it is? Tosin at no point looks behind him.
Yes.
To see what's going on. So I think he probably thinks he's marking a man or blocking out an option. But not even realizing that Caicedo looked back. Look at Caicedo right here.
On the play on the ball.
Caicedo's look at Caicedo's face. Yeah. He knows. He sees Delap and he sees Omari. And just lets him have it. And then here's the penalty on that Jurgensen.
Stop. So here's my
better
thing.
angles.
Here's my thing. Let me just say this. Whether you think it's a penalty or not, I have no sympathy with goalkeepers come up with their feet first like this, whether it's our goalkeeper or not. I have no sympathy for them. Because remember against Everton, the Pickford thing, where he nearly, we should have had a penalty against him. You always leave yourself more open. If he's coming out with his arms, I think he would have got the ball, and we're not talking about a penalty whatsoever. I seriously think that. The way the lap was and stuff like that. I think you come out like that, you just, because then they don't do that all the time in terms of like slide tackling and stuff like that. They're not going to time it always right. Just leave yourself that option. Really, it's just I just find that very perplexing why goalkeepers sometimes do that. It doesn't make any sense as well. And also,
I saw a video of it.
Can I also say I don't know how the ref. Obviously, he was because he gave it. I don't know how he's 100% sure it's a pen.
VAR was sure it wasn't a penalty, which is why I want to go to this. Obviously, this isn't why we lost, guys. I'm just saying that we didn't lose because of this, but this is definitely something that affects the game.
Well, are you saying we lost?
We still lost that 1-0.
I'm 100% saying we lost only because of this penalty. We lost only because of this penalty, no other reason. So they slow it down here.
I just think it's
take the banner, away. Can't see it. Take the banner away. Switch to.
Oh, sorry. I don't want someone. You can't handle the truth.
I can't see it.
All right, so let me.
Remember what I said about Jorgensen from the British scouting report. The British scouting report about him being a Tweedledum, and then the Tweedledee is obviously Sanchez.
I don't think you've ever said that, to be honest.
I have said that before.
You need to start clipping yourself.
No, he has.
We can.
He said it on the street. He said it on your channel.
You're overreacting again. No. Overreacting again. He's literally, this is his second league game, and he actually, you're overreacting again. He actually kept the score down today.
If there's any contact, it's here.
Yeah,
it's
like
here.
Slime touched him. Yeah.
if that's even contact, it's hard to tell because his ankle just kind of moves in a weird way.
It was the one angle, Marshall.
I
You
thought
can
it was
see
the
he
first
kept it
one.
like that, like that. Look,
No,
look,
it's the
look.
second one.
Yeah.
This
It's
one.
right
It's
there.
the
Look,
back
look.
foot.
You
It's the
can
back
see
foot.
him in his
It's
foot.
bad foot. It's the back foot. Oh man, that's the problem. It's not the lead foot. It's the back foot that's catches him. You see it, not the lead foot, but this one right at the end now.
There.
That one.
I could see from the other
Like the
angle.
next
you can
frame. Next
see
frame.
his
Next frame.
foot.
Next frame.
I don't think it's gonna be next frame.
There you go. Now, right there. Right
Oh.
there.
You can't see shit here, dude.
I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah.
I don't
Baby.
think the lines
Equal.
see it.
But
The lines-
Ahmed, here's the thing. I disagree with your point about your.
The
The one thing I disagree with Jorgensen is you're saying they're Tweedledee or Tweedledum. I think save percentage wise, okay, let's say saving wise they're the same, right? Because Jorgensen made good saves, but he made a bozo mistake like Sanchez. Jorgensen attempted only one long ball, and his short passing was 95%. So
Yeah.
he does not lose us the ball in those dangerous areas that we blamed Sanchez for last game. So I would still choose Jorgensen over Sanchez if I'm getting the similar type of save as Sanchez, but getting way better on the ball than Sanchez.
Yeah, the criticism here is that he came out with his feet. That's the only.
Yeah,
that's the
because I'm literally looking at. He attempted 26 passes, short passes, and made 25 of them at 96%. Attempted one long ball, and that was incomplete.
This
And he
is
had
not
32
like
touches.
Sanchez. This is not like Sanchez against Man United when Højlund's going the other way.
Yeah, that was
and
blatant.
Sanchez literally fouls him for no fucking reason whatsoever. This
At
is a
least-
genuine attempt. He just executed it wrong by going out with his feet.
Yeah.
Andrew, you
Because
can
you
see
know,
if you're.
you know why? You know why as well. It's the if you go back again, go back to the frame where it's sort of front on for me, please. I just want to see how he slides.
Like this or the one before?
Yeah, go back a bit more.
I think it's this one.
Yeah, that one. Just like that.
You can see it going.
I'll play it slowly.
You know the problem is, I can already tell when he's going down to slide, he's already trying to pull out of it. Pause.
Yeah, that's what I said, yeah.
So that's the problem.
Like
if you're
right
gonna
here
commit,
at this moment.
if you're gonna, cause I think he might. I think actually, if he 100% committed, he might have tackled him and got the ball. But I think he doubted himself, and that's what it ended up like that.
Yeah.
Watching cross.
So I mean, if there is contact, because it's so hard to tell if there's actual contact. I'd like to believe there is, and it's very light. It's such a light penalty. It is such a light foul. Like
You can't say it's not a penalty if you had contact, right?
The problem you have is that
yeah.
the problem you have is that when someone's in a status of movement, anything, the slightest nudge, the slightest touch, the slightest miscalculation in the step can change the direction that I think that person goes in. So yeah, I always think when someone says it's a soft penalty, it's still a penalty. Do you know what I mean, and stuff like that. The problem is that
the problem with
we allowed the way Jorgensen's come out, he's allowed for that to happen. That's the problem.
The problem with this as well is like it's one of those where as soon as it's given either way, it's never going to be overturned. Like there's enough contact where it's able to be given as a penalty, but also you could clear if that wasn't given as a penalty, you can understand why. There's not a clear and obvious error. VAR can't overturn this. You can't say there's a clear and obvious error and it shouldn't be given. Same way, if it wasn't given, you couldn't say there's a clear and obvious error and it should be given. Like it's just one of those that it's just going to be whatever's on the call on the pitch.
Do you know what I wish, Scott? I'd wish that the referee. I wish VAR could go. Whether they say, are you sure? Do you want to see it from different angles and give the referee an option still to look at the screen? That's what I'd wish.
I can't lie.
I wish.
They can,
I'd wish
after that nonsense with the offside goal, they can.
with the Jow offside one.
Yeah,
5 minutes just to figure out the angle.
6 minutes alone. That
20
was
angles and fucking. The first angle is all you need to see. It's offside. Just it takes 20 seconds.
They gave me hope, Scott. It was gonna be onside.
I didn't. It was always offside.
I thought like, the elbow.
Man.
The reason
Come on,
is
look
because they
onside.
looked at the elbow.
Look
They
to
looked
see
at
it
the
was
elbow.
offside.
That's why I'm thinking. Okay, is the elbow making it onside?
Elbow.
I don't know what.
Chris, elbows like you realize an elbow can't keep someone on side. It's handball.
Yeah, I know that, but like I seen Timo Werner's hand be offside, so I'm not.
That was before the rule change, Chris.
No, that's always been the rule change. That's how the offside rule
That
works.
was after that season with Timo.
Well,
They changed.
I seen
the rule to
Lukaku's
the
hand be
shoulder.
offside. I seen
Yeah, they
Lukaku's
changed it
hand be
from the shoulder
yeah.
to the end of the shirt sleeve. The elbow
they
is
were
not the end
focusing
of
on
the
elbow,
shirt
though.
sleeve, is it?
What? Sorry?
I was talking to Marshall. Said the rule changed. The rule changed from shoulder to end of shirt sleeve. The elbow is lower than the shirt sleeve.
Why was they?
Yeah, I'm not arguing
looking at
the
the
elbow.
elbow. Okay, why was they looking at the elbow then? They was clearly
No,
looking at
because
the
from
elbow.
the other angle, it looked like the foot was in front of, but it was a weird
That was
angle.
a weird angle then. Why was
Yeah,
they looking at
I know.
that?
That's what I'm saying.
Here's an
Yes,
idea.
it was a
The
weird
richest,
angle,
the
but it was-
richest, the most famous biggest league in the world. Fucking get your finger out and put semi-automatic offsides fucking in as soon as possible.
Agreed.
Fuck's sake,
But also,
I'm gonna
the
have
angle the angle they needed, which was the closest angle you could get to being in line with the player, was the one they had. And then that second angle they pulled out, where they're trying to see if the foot kept them on side, is at like a 45-degree angle where you can't really tell who's in front of who.
Yeah.
Yeah, this league when it comes to VAR, these referees stink. Like, the fact it took us, 10 minutes or whatever it was to check if that goal was offside when Stevie Wonder could see it was offside.
I mean, the first angle they showed is obvious offside from the feet. It's just the other angle they
Which
did.
is
It's
the angle you
bullshit there.
needed.
I hate that angle.
All right, guys, I need to eat and sleep. No, I just.
Yeah. Oh, is that why you're mad? You haven't eaten as well.
I haven't eaten.
He's
yet.
cranky.
That's
You're
right.
angry.
I haven't,
You're
eat,
angry.
I haven't eaten. Listen,
Yeah.
I haven't eaten yet
Snickers.
since 9 a.m. So I've
You're
been very
hungry.
Yeah.
hungry.
lying for the camera, bro. Don't let me get on the camera and tell you.
What? I've been eating popcorn right now. What? 0-calorie popcorn.
You
You
haven't
fool.
eaten since 9 a.m. Stop lying.
Ahmed, I thought you would be filled up though the other night with the L's you took on football bingo. That's I thought you'd be full up on.
How
What? Disrespectful.
man? Sensational, mate. You know what I mean? Listen, sensational. All right, guys. I'll catch you in a bit. Yeah.
4-1.
Have a good night, bro.
He ate Nkunku.
Yo.
That is crazy.
Hey, yo! Oh, man. Let's break down the second goal, because this is probably my favorite one.
This is disgrace.
Wait. Oh, no. Marshall, you know what we're saying? We're saying, oh, Disaster's doing some
Shut
good
up! Shut up!
Oh, no, Disassi didn't play that badly until this goal, apparently.
No, because that pass he did to who was it? To Nkunku? Not Nkunku. Madueke. And then a minute later he did that.
You know what? I was trolling. You know what I said? I said, oh man, Disassi with a Ballon d'Or performance. And then he made this pass directly after. I said that and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Horrible timing. Absolutely horrible timing. So yeah, Nani passes it back to Disassi and
does he not see the player running?
I think he does, but he doesn't hit it with enough power. That's the
he's
issue.
right footed as well, and
Also a horrible pass, actually, to be honest.
No, he kept doing this, by the way, and he wasn't the only one. No, it actually was him. He keeps doing this, and Gusto does the same thing. Why are you passing say you pass it to Tosin there.
Passes into space, yeah.
All he's going to do, Tosin, is pass it back to the keeper. So just pass it back to the fucking keeper. Because he did it later in the game.
Last time he did that, he scored no goal.
He did it later on in the game, but it wasn't a pass, it was a header.
Yeah.
The ball comes to him, and instead of headering it forward, he headers it back into danger. He headers it back into the middle of the pitch. He's a moron. He stinks, by the way. He's awful. And I can't believe I ever tried to defend him this season. I
Oh
can't
my
believe
god, they're going to give Gareth Southgate a knighthood.
I'm not proud.
Yeah.
You're lying to me. You're lying to me. Show me this campaign. Show me this. You're lying to me. You're lying to me.
Okay, I'll put it in there. Okay, no problem.
Please.
No, Chalaba's not the answer either, ladies and
Chalaba's caliber is he's miles better than the centre backs we have.
I'd rather Chalaba right back.
I don't think he's miles better. I've seen him against. I've seen it for Palace. I've seen it for Palace this season. He has not been.
I would prefer him though still, but I said that from last season. I still prefer him over to Darcy.
He comes in and is immediately our third.
Because he can play right back technically better. He can definitely play better than Darcy.
That's not a bar. That's not a bar.
I know it's not hard. Yeah, it's
to be fair, Chris, you said that there was someone I saw on Twitter who said they wouldn't swap them.
Well, I mean, that's a Twitter for you.
100%. Yeah. So Disassi, stupid goal error to concede. Obviously, Delap. This was his audition today, and he had a phenomenal performance. And I see how he is. This was his audition, meaning like.
Did you say phenomenal or phenomenal?
Phenomenal. Did I say phenomenal? I don't even know. Bro. I'm out of it. he was phenomenal today. I think he was probably their man of the match, to be honest. And
him or Hutchinson, I think.
Him or Hutchinson were man of the match for Ipswich. And you can see how he plays very similarly to how Jackson plays, with the ability to do the hold up play, physical. As you guys see, like he's Tosin is nothing to him.
I thought Tosin did find what he did there, because he didn't make a
Tosin
physically just so imposing.
By the way, Caicedo as well in this goal, for as bad as the Disassi mistake was, Caicedo up until this point makes no attempt to get back into position.
Oh, he was awful today, Caicedo.
He was
absolutely
terrible.
awful. Absolutely awful.
Oh yeah.
Well, especially like.
Yeah, you see the guy making the run.
Yeah, he's jogging the whole way back. Like.
I think he's just really tired, because that's like
No, that's not. We're not doing the tiredness thing. Like I kind of understand it, but like.
Him and Enzo, though, our midfielders need to be rotated. Not to really try to track back like that.
It is weird.
Because he was quite bad today.
Yeah. I think I agree with Ahmed. Like, I don't like this excuse of tiredness. I understand maybe where it's coming from, but these players need to be better about that. This is something we're going to learn with experience, I guess. But the one players I'll excuse for that are Caicedo and Enzo, because they've been playing relentlessly these past few weeks. It's not like Poch, where at least Poch was training them to the ground so that they wouldn't be tired. The games are easier than the thing, but I don't know. And yeah, Omari. Oh my God, he
even did a backflip.
The Sassy doesn't even move, bro.
No, he just.
He's
The guy's a brick. He's literally a brick at this point.
Or he's a fridge.
Oh my days, bro. This is rough. Do you guys think Jurgensen should have done better for this one?
No, I'm not.
Or not should have done better, but I guess this is a dumb question.
If he's world class,
Robertson, do you think Robertson saves? Not Robertson. Do you think Sanchez saves that?
I don't think so either. I don't think he does either.
No, I don't.
If this was Allison, or something
I
like
was
that.
going to say we saw Sanchez concede this exact same goal or similar type of goal.
Yeah, we did. Who was it against though?
It was Eze.
Yeah. No.
No, the Eze was a worldie.
That was a banger. Yeah, that was a banger. Yeah.
This is a curler of a right foot.
His only fucking goal.
I
this
remember
season
one
too,
going
by the way.
underneath him.
What was the game? What was the goal?
I mean, I've seen Sanchez get beaten near post by Arsenal as well.
What? Ah, dang it! I think it was Fulham, wasn't it? There was a goal similar to this. I know what you're talking
There
about.
was no defenders though in the way. That's the thing.
Oh, Spurs. Yeah,
It wasn't Spurs.
Spurs.
No, it wasn't
Yeah,
Spurs.
Kulusevski. No,
No,
Kulusevski had a roller.
It was underneath.
But that wasn't a cross goal. That was in the corner, like from the edge of the box.
I never seen a goal like this
in a
somewhere.
similar position, and it was a cross goal into the bottom right-hand corner.
Was it Liverpool? No, it wasn't Liverpool.
Yeah, I can't remember.
It
I
definitely
can't remember
wasn't
what
Spurs.
game it was.
Wasn't Newcastle?
It wasn't Brighton, was it?
No, because he gave the ball away.
Names away.
It was a recent-ish game, was it not?
Was it West Ham? Because we didn't score.
It happened somewhere. I know I've seen it.
Yeah, I'm sure he has. Well, I can't remember.
Was it? No. Was it Leicester?
No, they scored a pen.
No, that was a penalty.
Oh no, it was a pen. Yeah, anyone saved it. I'm pretty sure.
It'll come to us. And
I
just
don't
because
know,
Chris
honestly.
requested it, there's the
Wasn't
Omari.
Yeah, he did have
backflip.
a backflip, man. I
It was a
mean,
nice backflip.
I don't mind him celebrating because obviously, like, he has.
No, Man City was the Haaland chip and then the Kovacic weak shot that he couldn't keep out of his Pringle wrist. That's what it was in the top corner. Was it? I wasn't like that. No.
Was it Brentford? Was it Brentford?
I can't remember.
No, Brentford was. Brentford was. He went across like curled round him like a good side foot finish like that.
Because I don't remember
It
the
wasn't
Brentford.
like coming in and shooting like the opposite side.
Can't be Southampton, can it?
No, Southampton was cut across.
Maybe it
side
didn't
foot.
happen. We just saw it.
Because
Because I felt like I did
there
see
was a
somewhere.
goal. There was a goal like that.
And I didn't blame
I
him. I'm not even saying I blamed him for that.
Maybe it was Wolves.
Wolves was a free kick and
Yeah.
Cunha wasn't. No, Cunha didn't cut across. Cunha sort of ran onto it. So, and the other was a free kick. The free kick was a free kick was nodded in. Yeah.
It wasn't Arsenal, was it?
Nah.
No, Arsenal was the near post, wasn't it? Was
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Makes me
that
mad.
one.
Let me ask you guys something. I mean, before we call it, because I do have to head over to American Waffle in a bit.
Time you
Actually,
was right.
you know what?
This time you was right, Marshall, in a bad way.
I wonder
was
if
right
they'll
in a
be
bad
smart.
way.
I wonder if they'll be smart and not put you in jail, so you have to explain yourself. Or if
I requested that Ahmed put me in the cell to put me out of my misery.
Why don't you? Have you got a burner account? And you just like send it yourself.
That's not a bad idea.
You can't. And then you're in. Give it like $20 or something like that, and then you're in it for like what?
I'll put in 100. I'll be in there for the whole stream. I don't care, man. I just want to relax and listen to everyone else talk. I don't want to have to explain anything, man.
What you should do now is, if you could, I don't know how you could do it. Record yourself, not now, but when you finish, record yourself just sitting there like that, and then try and
just loop it.
Try and copy it on. Try and like add it on and have it on a loop, and then you could do whatever you want.
What movie was that? Where they took the surveillance camera and it was just a big giant loop.
That's every like heist film and whatever.
Yeah, like Mission Impossible or some crazy shit. Oh my days.
What was it? The
Or
COVID
was it?
episode
Oh no, it doesn't matter. No, I'm thinking about what's that Stephen King movie? The one where he gets away with the spoon and stuff. I'm going on such a crazy tangent. I'm sorry. I was gonna ask you guys, what do we do for the next game now? Because it's 3 games without a win. Obviously, it's not panic stations, but it's worrisome.
We have to somehow get a win. That's what we have to do to stop the
No,
bleeding.
just ask your right back.
Okay, yeah, that's
no
one.
Joe Felix, no Nkunku.
Well, what do we do for right back though? Because do we just stick with Malo Gusto and tell him to not invert? Action Pong.
You either play Action Pong, or you have to play Action Pong, or you start Vega in midfield and you invert Caicedo.
All that. Yeah, well, who's going midfield for him? Who's still going to midfield for everything?
What about someone said this in the chat earlier?
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Yeah, my bad.
Vega in midfield and invert Caicedo, or you start.
But someone said that. I'm glad you brought up Vega because someone said this in the chat earlier, and I'm not opposed to it. But what if we? And I understand the argument.
Not suspended. Caicedo's not suspended versus Palace.
No, I don't think he's suspended yet.
This was his 4th yellow. There was only 2 guys.
Now it doesn't count. Now it doesn't count. It's the 19th game, so it doesn't count.
Yeah,
so it resets.
I mean, there was only 2
resets
guys.
now. So if they get to 10, if they get to 10, it's a 2-match ban, I think. So.
Yeah, but it's 2.
Weird.
It's 10. It's 10 yellows by I think before the 30th game week. I think it is.
Or some game week.
Like 32 or something.
Yeah, then it just resets.
So I do worry about starting Renato Vega in the midfield because in the 2 games we've seen him in the Prem where he does that, he's struggled a bit. Second half he improves, but he does struggle in the first half at least. What if we shifted over Cucurella to right back and then had Renato on the left back? I knew you guys were going to say no.
No point.
He can play, but
that was for emergency purposes. When you have 3 right backs, there's no. I don't. When you have the option of 3 right backs,
that's true.
I don't want to shift the left back over. The only left back we have, the proper left back we have, over to right back. I don't want to do that. No point in doing that whatsoever.
I think
all this tiredness thing goes out the window after Palace as well because we've got like a free. We got no weekday games.
8 days,
So
we got Bournemouth and Crystal Palace right next 2 games before we got City. I think. I mean,
no, we've got this, and then we've got FA Cup against Morecambe.
Oh, I meant Family Cup.
Oh, Morecambe. That's a good bounce back. Just get the win back.
Sorry, question. Because Chris is here, so that's time to ask. So Chris, there's a guy on the bench who's feeling the grass, smelling the grass, seeing the grass, eating the grass. Lots of things to do with the grass, as reports have been saying. So if we need a right back,
Oh,
Would
I
you
was
put
actually
some
a
minutes?
minute.
Would you put some minutes into the guy who's feeling the grass, touching the grass, and Reece James?
Say that. Sure you won that debate.
Would I play Reece James? You saying?
Yes, next game because he's right back, right? And Gusto's injured.
Obviously, I wouldn't start him, but I was going to allude to like, yeah, I feel like Reece James will get some minutes.
Some minutes
in, against
Okay.
Crystal Palace.
No, I do. You know, I do. Reece James, I'd start him right. I'd start him centre back.
Yep.
I mean, that's not a bad shot because we do need a right centre back.
I think I think now's the time to start switching him to centre back.
Because Fofana's out for how long? I don't know.
Where would you play him though?
I'd play him.
He's menu Fofana. He's menu Fofana.
Okay, you take Tosin out. I can hear that because Tosin. Hey, I'm so glad, by the way. Like 2 games, not even 2 games. It was 1 great game and 1 good game. People got confused, spooked by this guy.
Well, I mean,
Marshall, you know who we could play, and by next week or by Markham. I'm saying this just to trigger Scott. Anthony.
He's injured.
Scott,
no, he's injured.
He's coming in January.
No, he's injured. Though. The reason he's been brought back is because he's injured.
Yeah.
Better injured than a fully fit Disasi.
I forgot that, by the way. This game today has this game today has actually like masked some of the nonsense when we talk about loans. Like it's not the right time to talk about loans after this game. I need to talk about these sporting directors and their lack of ability to find loans that aren't the same team they played for, Strasbourg.
Well, they haven't bought the 3rd or 4th club to send them to. That's
what I'm saying. If it's not Strasbourg and it's not the team they just played for, they can't find.
Time's ticking too. Time's ticking
too.
Like,
I want to buy a Portuguese club or something.
Yeah, just buy another club in it. Just buy.
Also,
it's got to be the right club, guys.
I'm sorry. We have to.
Why was Strasbourg? Hang on. What was so appealing about Strasbourg to begin with?
It was sarcasm.
Oh, sorry.
It would be sarcastic.
He was over in the quarter, okay?
Yeah, what was so appealing? Like on a real level.
Why did they go? Why did they go out? All the clubs. I know they weren't going to buy another big club. That was ridiculous. But why did they go Strasbourg? I always want to know. Not that I don't have a problem with it. It's just like, what did they go? They looked at all the clubs around all of Europe, all the world, and they go Strasbourg.
It's too bro.
Kind of makes you think, huh?
I don't know. Maybe it's money laundering, Andrew, or something like behind the lines. So.
In Strasbourg.
Who's gonna know? Who's gonna know?
Well, if you figure it out,
I have a question.
It's just a pop question.
No, I was gonna ask. I was just asking you guys. I mean, what we're gonna do next game? I thought we were gonna come back to this topic. I mean, I know Disasi.
Why don't we do what we always do against Palace and just sneak a last-minute winner like we always do?
Oh my god,
we didn't do that last game.
We need Gallagher.
Remember remember the famous
Ziyech, Gallagher, and Pulisic assemble.
Remember the last the Lukaku 7-touch game? It was Ziyech last minute. Last year we played shit in the first half, and Gallagher pops up and scores a couple really late, and he did it the previous season under Potter as well. He scored late, and other times.
So I have a question for you guys. So would you guys, because after this game, I'll be honest, sell Felix, buy me back Amari Hutchinson. I'll be safe. He can play on the right and he can play as a 10.
How many minutes do you want?
No, I'm saying no. He's my 10. He's better than João Felix. He's better than João Day. He's better than João Day.
I don't think João Felix played badly today at all. I thought he played.
But I've never seen him play well. That's the problem.
I thought he played good. I thought he shouldn't have been bought off. Nkunku was the worst player on that pitch.
Yeah.
I think
Disasi.
I don't say Disasi because that's just a given at this rate. Okay, it's just Nkunku was the worst player on that pitch.
He's a Sanchez of defenders, so that's a given. Yeah.
Sanchez of defenders.
Yeah, it's like Sanchez's bad performance. It's a given. Like, cool.
He's the Anthony of defenders. We can go even lower. How about that?
I've seen Anthony do a Travella pass against us. So,
bro, what? I can't with you, Curry.
Once again, he kept Palmer on when he shouldn't have. Palmer was useless today.
I didn't think Palmer was useless in the first half.
Of course you're going to say that, Chris. Of course you're going to say that, Chris.
Thank you, Sergio. I've been saying this for a while.
I don't know. He just dropped off after 60, 70 minutes because after I started defending him Discord, then he started dropping off for some reason. I don't know why. Like
it's because you had the jinx, you had the hex, just like I had with the sausage.
It's happened a couple of times to Cole Palmer. Like I felt like he has a decent first half, and then
his passing was terrible. His passing was terrible, and then he was just crossing the ball in, not looking. It was
sloppy. It was sloppy today.
Marshall, didn't I say this against Everton that he's been doing this for the past 3 games before then, this hero ball bullshit, and he's been continuing to do that now. It's been 7 games of this hero ball bullshit.
7?
Yeah. No, it's been I don't know about 7, but
you said Everton
a handful
7,
of games.
I don't think that's been 7.
This month specifically, there's been a handful of games where Palmer has not played up to par.
I know. But I also think like the whole attack.
First half he was good. I mean,
the second half he was
dropped off.
Like the rest of them, he was completely useless.
And again, the second half,
the thing I forgot to mention on the second half, when Palmer did this, there was a few players that did this. Why the fuck? I understand why, but also why the fuck are we trying to force everything? Like Palmer, Caicedo, Enzo, Nkunku when he played in the 10, Felix for all of the 9 minutes he played. Like all of these guys in the second half, Sancho when he came on, Noni, Neto as well. All these guys in the second half just wanted to try and force everything, force a pass that wasn't on. Try and force a chance that wasn't there. Try and force everything.
I know it's to be expected, but when the Sassy took that shot in the second half, when Maresca was free on the right because the left back had
he was trying to redeem himself.
I don't give a tell.
I know. I'm just saying. I saw it coming because I was like, he's gonna fucking take a shot because he feels bad about the goal, and it happened. I was like, oh my God.
There was another one in the first half in the second half as well after Neto came on, and like Neto didn't really do much. I don't really blame him, but like there was a moment Jackson picks the ball up, doesn't shoot. Don't know why he doesn't shoot. Plays it to Neto, and Neto cuts inside and shoots it at Enzo. Like, just what the fuck are we doing?
Just shoot. Yeah. We're trying to play the extra pass. We're trying to make the perfect, like what I think Surfer said that earlier.
Sorry, that reminds me. There was a moment in the first half I've just remembered of where Cole tried to bring the ball out of defence and got body checked by Cucurella.
I'm just hoping it was so bad today that, especially second half, that it's out of their system. Like Palace is a tough game.
I hope so.
Palace would be a tough ground to go anyway, even if we were in our
Selhurst Park, man.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I know Arsenal slapped them 5-1 the other week, but that to me that's an aberration. They don't usually get smashed a lot there. So
you would think they're defensively sound with Chalobah and Gay in that back line, but
by the way, I will say someone put earlier in the chat Mateta's going to have a field day. We sort of kept him very quiet in the home game.
Yeah. I would say for the next game, I'm hoping with this much of a gap between games, one, Maresca has enough time to work on the tactics and sharpen up.
Yeah.
2, because I think that's a factor that no one's really looking at. Not enough time to train, not enough time to really fix the errors that are being made, because I think early in the season when you have a few more gaps, you can look at tape, you can work on tactics, you can try to fix what individuals are doing. Not really so much this month where there's been just 3 days game, 3 days game. You got to recover one day, train one day, so on and so forth. I'm hoping with this 5-day gap now that we have until the next game, 1, the players can recover. 2, we get some players back from injury as well, Lavia included, because Lavia is still unavailable, unfortunately.
When is he supposed to be back, do you think? Like in January?
I'm hoping this game.
There's never anything.
No.
He was supposed to be back already. He was touching grass just like Reese, but apparently.
I don't listen. Whether Lavia's back or not, I'm not even waiting until January 1st. I've already made the call to Strasbourg saying this Santos' loan's getting cancelled. Where he's coming.
I would take Santos back. I would take
all this. Oh, what about his development? He's going to get games here this season. Trust me. With Lavia being out nearly all the time, and we can rotate Enzo and Caicedo out and over to flog him.
Do you think the club will do that?
At this point,
well, why not? They own both clubs.
No, but I was thinking, would they just let him develop at Strasbourg?
Well, no, because then they can send that. They can send the Argentinian kid there for the next 6 months to the penalty.
And Salmino?
He needs to be sent out on loan.
Oh,
he's not.
I think so.
Yeah, he's not going to play, even with some of the defenders we have. He's not going to play.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not going to pick him.
I think in terms of who needs to play against Crystal Palace, listen, I think a lot of our attackers are very questionable right now. I think you stick with Jackson. I don't think Jackson gets dropped anymore. I think that's safe to say. He stays in that lineup, despite what people might think he's good enough or not. Listen, we will fix the striker issue at some point. I don't doubt it. We have so many links.
He's good enough as well, and I don't care if you don't rate him. If Osimhen's offered, you sign Osimhen in January no matter what.
Yeah.
He's 65 million in 2025, right?
Yeah.
I
agree.
If you don't rate him, because Gyökeres is going to be a bundle anyway, he's probably not going to leave because they're in Champions League and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you sign him no matter what. You sign Osimhen.
Just get me a striker.
If you're not going to play Mark Gui, and you keep telling us Nkunku's not a 9, but you keep playing him as a 9, he doesn't work as a 9, he's not good as a 9, you sign Osimhen like that. Then the frigging crossing into the box makes more sense because he might not be. He's a good header of the ball and stuff like that. But you know what I mean. Just sign another striker. It's not a thing against Jackson. It's just another fucking option to have.
Yeah, we need another option. 100%. We need another option.
I don't care what
Jackson isn't performing. Because listen, I mean, this season we've seen it. We've seen how players react to getting dropped and coming back into the lineup, and it's usually been pretty positive.
Or you say Ipswich. No, because I was about to say if we sign Liam Delap in January, it'd probably be a loan back for the rest of the season, wouldn't it?
Yeah, they're fighting relegation. I don't think they're going to want to get rid of them.
But if you're set, the thing about Delap, if you said it the other night, if you're set on Delap, you might as well sign him in January now. Because if you wait,
get ahead of it.
And Ipswich get relegated, which it probably will do. But even if you wait, it's probably going to be more of a queue in January.
And the thing is
how much do you reckon Delap's worth? Like 40?
Right now, 40, 50 million.
40, 50.
Like Chelsea come in, they're going to be asking for like 40-ish.
They'll probably ask for more than us. They'll probably ask for 60.
The problem is that like you've got to take the English tax into account. The thing is with all of this as well, it's like Man City has surely got to look at bringing him back.
Sure, yeah.
Back because if they're not, they're stupid. But like if they wanted to,
wasn't there a list that came out earlier?
They've got a buyback clause on it.
Patch targets.
They got buyback clause on their first option.
No, they've got a buyback on Delap, and it's like 20 million.
Oh wow, I'd do that.
It's really cheap. That's what I'm saying. It's a no-brainer.
That is kind of a no-brainer, but Man City haven't really worked very logically in recent time.
That's mad.
So who knows?
Yeah, no, they had a buyback on Lavia as well, I think, and they chose what to do.
I saw a tweet earlier today that was give or take a short list of who they were going to bring in.
And I need and I don't care about the age, but I need a good experienced centre back. The age doesn't really matter to me because you can be young and play a lot of games and still be still experienced. So
I need a leader.
I need someone. Yeah, I need another leader on the pitch who's not.
Today's we have no leadership at all.
Yeah, another centre back. Hopefully, and I hate to say this because I really didn't want to have to go back into the market, but another centre back I think is needed considering these guys, Disasi, Badiashile, Tosin. It's looking like they're not the guys. If Fofana hopefully comes back soon, but if he goes out for a whole nother stint after his return from injury, then we have to have that conversation about Fofana as well.
It's such a shame because he's actually looking good and Chelsea's there.
I haven't lost hope in him because players do get injured.
Back. Is it Zabanyu or something like
that? But to be fair, there's two of them. There's Zabani and Houston. Both of them.
Kirkes and
just one of them. Kirkes is left right here.
I like Araujo, not Araujo. I'm sorry, Murillo. I like Murillo a lot, but I doubt. I doubt Forest are gonna want to.
No, but the problem with all of these guys that we're mentioning, right? Like Zabani, Houston, Murillo. None of these guys are leaders in terms of what I deem a leader to be. Like these are all guys you're gonna have to bring here and mold into a leader.
but there's no one to mold them into a leader. It's the same issue we've got now. There's not a single leader in this team. Our leaders, quote unquote, Enzo, there was no leadership from him today. I thought he was good going forward, but no leadership. Caicedo, no leadership. Saka apparently is part of the leadership group. Nothing. Yeah. Tosin, nothing.
Fuck it. We've got all that money. I'm going to Madrid. I'm saying I'm up for Tony Rudds.
Fact.
He's Tony Rudds. I don't care if he's 31 or 32. I don't care how old he is. Fucking how much for Tony Rudds.
And if they say no, I'm gonna get a plane to Barcelona. I'm gonna stay in Spain and go Christensen. What do you want?
Yep. I agree. Both of those are really good shouts. I agree.
Fuck it, get both.
Bring back the Champions League centre back Perry.
Should have never lost them.
Never lost in Marina. That's Marina's fault, not us, not the government's fault. That's Marina's fault right there. It's Marina's fault, not starting.
And I tell you what, do you know what? To be fair, if they won't take Christensen, Martinez as well, Inigo Martinez, I'll take him. I'm not saying he has to start every week, but again, that's a leader. That's a guy that's been a captain before. Like, that's something we need. What about frigging Araujo's and Ordonez and bringing Anselmino into the team and being linked with whoever else?
Yeah.
To do what, man? I'm sick of these 20-year-olds, man. Bringing into the team, no leadership or nothing. You saw it today. We don't have any leadership in the team.
At the end of the day, though, for me, I do trust the scouting. Like, I haven't lost faith in the scouting. I think the bigger picture when it comes to the scouting is going to be at the end of the season. But so far, up until this point of the season, we were pretty happy with what we had in terms of most positions. But now
scouting's fine. Scouting's fine in terms, but they're scouting for like future. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But I'm saying that in terms of like the next striker you bring in.
From now.
No, I was going to say that
certain positions you cannot have projects in.
No, I understand. That.
Goalkeeper,
center back is one of them for sure.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The scouting has been good, but there's caveats. Number one, when it's scouting, the talent ID. The talent ID has been almost perfect. Can't question the talent ID perspective, but their ability to actually build a team. Building a team isn't just going this isn't Football Manager. This is what shit you do on Football Manager, and I know because I do this playing Football Manager. Is you go and find the guys with the best potential ability and just buy them, and it's just like you need to play them in games, and they'll develop. Like that's not how it works in real life. Not building a team doesn't work like that. You need to build with like leaders, and you need to have other intangibles things. That's the stuff they're fucking up, and they're not getting into this team is the intangible stuff.
You know what I found?
That doesn't matter.
Do you know what I found very ironic? You're like this, Scott. That before we went on this pre-game Baron run, which if you remember, the reports came out about Chelsea are happy with their squad. They're happy with their squad. They're not looking to sign anyone unless it's a real good deal or something like that. And then we went on this winless run. And it was like, at the timing of it is just amazing that they would come up and be reported like that.
That's true.
Speaking of which, I better not see another fucking report about how we're happy to keep Disassi. Because if you notice, that report came out, he's played twice in the last 3 games and has been shit in both games since that report came out that we're happy to keep him.
It's like the owners want to make this entertaining, you know? They're like, hey, I need you to lose a few games. I'm going to release this report. It's going to do bits.
Gallagher does not fit this system.
I found it. I found the list. So apparently a short list for Man City. Gay, Bruno Guimaraes, Zubamendi, Florian Wirtz, and Musiala. Good luck getting all those in January.
All of those are fantastic. Outside of Gehi, I don't know how much he fits their system and whether he'd be an improvement on who they have. But the other 4 fantastic guys would fit their system massively. Don't know whether they'll get all 4 of them. Don't even know whether they get.
Musiala is re-signing to Bayern.
They could probably get.
Also, if he wasn't, just for them 2 alone, Wirtz and Musiala, you're looking at 300 million plus.
Yep.
Yeah, 300 million plus.
Oh, and take Gehi out of it. For the other 4, you're looking at 500 million.
No, I'm just mentioning Scott. I was just mentioning Wirtz and Musiala alone. That's 300 million plus.
Yes.
for them.
It's insane.
Yeah, you add on Guimaraes. Guimaraes is another 80, and Zubimendi's like 60. Like,
but this is what they're hoping for in January.
Other guys are like, we always criticize. We always like this. The ignorance of people that don't watch the Bundesliga a lot. They always look like when someone scores a lot in the Bundesliga, they always say Bundesliga tax. I know Musiala's added a few more goals this season, but him and Wirtz aren't like goal scorers. Do you know what I mean? They're not like, you know what I mean? They're not like prolific.
That's true.
They're more creators than anything. And
100%.
I don't, you know, that's fine. They want to spend it on that. That's fine. But like I said, I think Musiala's going to sign for Bayern, resign. I think Madrid are going to try and poach Wirtz, or maybe they'll get Wirtz. Maybe they'll get Wirtz, but Musiala, I think, is going to resign for Bayern.
For Bayern, but
it's too important to Bayern, isn't it?
yeah. But again, going back to the Chelsea game, I think next game, Jackson's got to start. Hopefully, Enzo and Caicedo will be more fresh that game. Hopefully, Lavia's back. We got to figure out what we're going to do. Right? We have to go back. I think the old wingers, I think you got to... What do you guys think? You stick to Neto and Sancho?
Madueke or Felix don't deserve to play no wings.
Well, the problem we've got on that left-hand side is we've only got one option. Like, I think it's like it has to be unless you're going to put Neto on the left. And this is going back to what me and CP said. Like, if whatever happens with this Mudryk thing, I think we needed a left winger anyway, potentially.
Only had one option anyway, Mudryk before the charges.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, so it's either Sancho or Neto on the left, but if Neto plays, I mean, Madueke is definitely starting, and I don't think he should start the next game. But the problem is you look at this game, Sancho and Neto came on and did nothing. Like, Neto had less game time, so it's a bit unfair, but like Sancho came on and did nothing. Like, he literally didn't.
I mean, Sancho's poor against Fulham too, I thought, so.
But who knows? That might be just one game, right? A one-off. So I'd say give Sancho to try again. Bring back Neto.
Bring Hudson-Odoi back. All is forgiven.
Yes.
Can't go over that song.
Yo, you know what I said earlier today? You know, listen. I know it's not going to happen. Knock on wood. If Callum Hudson-Odoi wins the Premier League before Chelsea does, do you guys ignore the part where I said I know it's not going to happen? I'm just entertaining a hypothetical. If Callum Hudson-Odoi wins the Premier League before Chelsea does, and Nottingham Forest, who are in the title race,
come on,
they're in the title race.
I think I have to quit right now. That's your guy.
Let me just say
F1 channel.
Let me just say this right now, because I saw him today. I saw him today play against Man United. But all you idiots who went, I don't want Anthony Gordon. I don't think Anthony Gordon's good enough. You're idiots.
He's ugly.
He's ugly. He's not good enough. He's fools.
Yeah, we're idiots for that one.
Fools.
Actually, no, I didn't really.
I can't lie.
Care for that
Wait,
one.
wasn't it 50 million though when Chelsea's looking at him? I know it looks good now, but I was.
You're always the one that's like 50 million for Anthony Gordon, 40 million for this kid, 50 what, 60, and then you look at the player and you're like, you know what?
50 million for Anthony Gordon. Would you have paid that instead of the 66 for Mudryk?
Yes.
No, shut up. All right, that's it.
Or the 40 for Joe Felix at the left wing.
Yeah. But
I thought it was funny we stole him from Arsenal, but that's like a ha-ha on us.
And then for the center back stuff, guys, like I don't know what we're gonna do. We just need Wesley to come back at this point. All our options are shit.
You know what? This is what you should do when you start adding it. You start adding minutes to him, but you start now positioning Reece James as a centre back. Not starting him against Palace. That's mad. But you start building his minutes up at centre back.
I wouldn't mind it.
Why was he on the bench?
I tell you what, he's built.
I think it's we were supposed to be winning. If we were winning, he would have been brought on. But because he needs a result.
But like, then why was Achimpong on the bench?
I don't know.
Fuck it. Try
Experience.
Achimpong.
We can watch.
I know what you should do. Saturday, put Achimpong at centre back.
That's not a bad shout. That's his. And the one thing I'm going to say before I end it, because I do have to head out, guys, is do you think after this game, it's pretty much assured that Jurgensen is not going to get the next game?
Not necessarily. I thought he was.
Really?
I think
Sanchez should.
Yeah, I think I actually don't think he did anything wrong today. Like outside the penalty, which was bad, and like he had one moment where he was shaky at the back, where like I think he took a moment and got pressed, and had like a Sanchez moment where he nearly like had a calamity. Outside of that, he wasn't bad.
I'll just say, added criticism for Maresca. If he thought he could make the changes that he did because he thought just because they're down there, they're like Southampton, then he totally misjudged Ipswich. Because Ipswich, they don't have the results, but they're a good side for what they are, what they're built for. They play good football, and they're good. I know they didn't play well against Arsenal and stuff like that, but they're good. They are better than Southampton. Okay, so it's not the same. So I think Sanchez will come back, unfortunately.
He played
I think he
against
could treat this a bit like Southampton away.
He played against them last year, to be fair.
Yeah.
But you know what I don't get? If the manager likes the goalkeeper playing
they were his
why
first
not
defeat.
Jurgen?
They were his first defeat against for Leicester last year.
Oh, were they? I didn't know that.
I don't get why he doesn't play
So
Jurgen.
I guess McKenna had his number, in a sense.
Yes, he did. Yeah,
that's that puts more context to the game. Still not an excuse to lose it. You have better quality.
In March or April, it won't matter. We'll slap these guys 5-0 when it won't matter.
I hope so, because like I said earlier in the stream, if
they're still in a relegation battle, then
like I said earlier in the stream, part of me feels that like maybe Maresca, having the context that he has and knowing what his plan is, like maybe we're still in like the first phases of it, where like, okay, now we're seeing more consistency, but there's still some tweaks I need to make and certain profiles that I need in order for my system to be fulfilled. I'll give him that. We have till the end of the season. He's gotten us to a top 4 position. I'm not going to crash out on him. He's done really well for us up until this point. The fucking idiots on Twitter saying like, Pochettino got this type of results towards the second half of the season.
I'm more disappointed in his comments.
Fuck off.
That's really,
no, it is annoying.
Don't come out and
it's frustrating.
That's what I praised him for most of the season. He didn't BS
honesty,
us. I don't BS me about tiredness.
Now it feels like it is.
That's your fault if they're tired, because you don't made 2 subs in the past 2 games. That's 4 subs in the last 3 games actually. Because even against Brentford, you only made 2 subs against Brentford, so it's like you made 4 subs out of the possible 15.
It's frustrating, I get it, but let's see how the boys turn it around. I hope they do. They have to.
Give me a win. Performance is secondary. Get me a win.
Yeah, give me the wins, please. But yeah, ladies and gents, that's it for me. That's it for everyone here. I'm gonna be going on to American Waffle now and holding that L. They're gonna have to hold. So go ahead and save me if you can by putting me in the cell.
Hey yo.
Start looping that, you know.
Yep, you're not wrong. That's a smart idea. But yeah, ladies and gents, if you haven't already done so, smash the like button. I do appreciate it. It helps out with my sanity, because I hate seeing Chelsea like this. Also, be sure to subscribe to the video if you haven't done so. If you're new here, be sure to check out the memberships if you already are a subscriber. We do give out shout outs at the proper casual and higher tier, and those members are TM127, EE, Hassan Nawaz, Dark, Adrian, A. Solomon, Scott. For next stream, I'm going to give out shout outs to new members or new Cement Mixer gangs, which means you've been here and have been a member for over a year, which is fantastic to see. So big up to you guys who've been supporting in the Cement Mixer gang. If you know, you know. And big up as well to everyone who is a supporter of the channel. We're going to raid out to Stoppy TV, where American Waffle is currently on. I'll be on there very shortly if you want to see more of me, I guess. But yeah, that being said, we'll be back. When's our next game? Our next game is next week. Saturday, but Wednesday we're doing a call-in show, and New Year's new call-in show. So yeah, this is the last stream of the year.
That's where you give. That's where you guys give it. That's where you guys give us your numbers, and we call you and verbally abuse you. Call out.
We'll go to your chat.
Call out
and start rattling you.
Yeah, we call you up.
But yeah,
you call us.
Big up to everyone. Come join us on Wednesday for the call-in show, where we'll talk about all this, and I'm sure you guys have a lot to say in the chat and in the community. And we'll see you next year. Y'all have a happy New Year. Stay safe out there. Have fun, and Cheers to 2025 and to the end of 2024. We're still in top 4. Still in top 4 at the end of 2024. So hold that. Peace. Have a good night and stay casual.